What's going on, chat? Invasion America hype. Wow, wow, wee woo. Sheesh. The time is nigh, my brothers. How did you make your tea? It's just green tea. I just heat up the water, throw some tea in there, tea bag. I do, I'll drink like a English dark tea, you know, like a nice dark tea at night, decaffeinated, and put some milk in there. But otherwise, I usually during the day I'll have some caffeinated green tea. I used to drink coffee, but I stopped. All right, we got a lot of cool stuff, by the way. Rev was supposed to get his Japanese stuff on Monday. And we were like, ah, shucks. And then he's like, it came today. I'm coming to drop it off right now. I'm going to get a sandwich. I'm like, oh, hell yeah, brother. Sheesh. Count me in. Earl Grey, man yourself. That's a classic. Also, Bonsai. What's going on? How's it going, Tiki? Bonsai, Bonsai. I see we have Wolf. How's it going, Wolf? Tiki, Boot Mountain, Cosmic. How you guys doing? Welcome, everybody. Let's swap over the music. Let's throw some AOE on here. Alright, so we got some cool stuff. I'll just give you a quick little glimpse. How about that? You ready? You gotta be quick. Whoa! We got all sorts of stuff on the table. Let's just say I airbrushed the entirety... finally built and airbrushed all of the British, so I have a full British army now. I just got to do the accessories and all the weapons and the trim and all that, and then make the vehicles look all weathered. I think we're going to do a camo pattern for the Brits. There's like a desert camo scheme they did. Let's take a look. I think I'm going to go with something... Where was it? There was a warlord post. This is cool. I was thinking of doing this for all of the British. But, it's a little... That's their, like, desert colors. I think what I'm going to do instead is something a little bit more reasonable. Which... Where was it? I don't know. We'll have to see. There was a British tank camouflage scheme that I really liked in World War II. Probably more of a woodland scheme as opposed to a desert one, I think. Or a little bit more subtle desert one, like this. This is what I want to do on the bots, right here. So, I already airbrushed them and everything, but we'll get into that. Green tea is very reasonable, very Japanese, very honorable, that's right. I like the World War II era attempts at urban camo. Yeah, me too. I just kind of make up my own camo schemes, and a lot of times they're an amalgamation of a ton of different camo, but... Cosmic tries to use the Tiki point. He brings dishonor on himself, dishonor on his family, dishonor on his cow. I just made a list for my Brits, and it has a Tiki point in there. Yep. It's allowed. As long as you call it a Tiki point, you're allowed to do it. So, just saying. All right, let's take a look. We got a lot of stuff going on. Any stuff from the open day? No, nothing from the open day. Again, I'm in the U.S., but... I guess let's take a look real quick before we dive in. I'm going to keep teasing you guys real quick. There's a couple open day stuff that I wanted to point out. There is obviously the pre-order stuff, which by the way, if you're in the US, Tabletop Strategist got some stuff in stock, and I think Gavin said that on Monday I think, or whatever. They should be getting their order of all the stuff. So I'm probably gonna buy it from them when I get it. I'm gonna end up picking the Ghost Infiltration Platoon up at some point. But that being said, they do have the summer or the open day miniature. So this is the Soviet, which is pretty badass. It's like some sort of bullpup AK rifle, which I'm assuming that's based off something real that didn't come to fruition. It's not like a Groza. I don't know what it is, though. But it looks pretty sweet. So hopefully Rev gets one. It looks like he has a... He's got something in his mouth, and it's like a speaker box, which is so sick. This is actually a really cool miniature. So this is $9.50 USD. You can pick it up online. I think it's... Is it only available today? Only available online until the Sunday. Yep. Moraz Ghoul weapon? I don't know. Is it? Oh, look. I didn't realize. Do Daughters of the Motherland actually have AKs? I know they have Zukioi projectors, but I didn't realize, do they actually have AKs? Because they have AKs. The other thing is, apparently if you spend $180, you get a $40 box off for free. It's still a lot of money, to be honest with you. But I just wanted to point it out because you could theoretically get yourself some conflict stuff. If you were going to buy something, you know, and you were going to get it from Warlord, you can at least get a box of maybe Fireflies or something for free, you know. So it's something to think about. They do have AKs. Ah, okay, cool. Very cool. I love it. Well, I figured they'd be using AKs, of course. So there's that. And again, Tabletop Strategist. They got some, I think, Ursus Infantry and some stuff in stock. A lot of Axis stuff. There's a bunch of Japanese models, the older Japanese stuff, some of the newer assault frame stuff. Yeah, definitely got a bunch more stuff in stock, it looks like. This is where we got our Brits. Alright, so let's take a look at the, let's take a look at what we got, shall we? Let's do it. Yo, what's going on, Dex? How's it going? What I find interesting, he seems to be wearing some armor. Yeah, so I will say, it looks like he's got some sort of modified... do you guys know the Soviet models in Bolt Action where they actually wear armor? That's what it looks like. I don't know the names of these guys. These guys, Soviet engineers. That's what it looks like, but like a newer, updated version. Kind of like a mix between, not really power armor, but just more like a chest armor piece. Yeah, the tank riders, engineers, yeah. I'm assuming that's what they based it off of. Because it has that sort of look to it, you know what I mean? Very cool, yeah, it looks sick. Alright, let's get into it. Head back to work, have a great stream, brother. Alright, thank you, appreciate it, Tiki. So, let us take a look here and see what we got. I think we'll save the... I'll give you guys a little glimpse real quick, but take a look. Oh. I made sure to... I had to open it just to make sure Rev... This is Rev. Rev pre-ordered this. Just to make sure that he didn't have like an invoice in there, and there was. Alright, we'll take a look at that in a sec, but I want to show you guys. We got a ton of other cool stuff. So, check it out. Well, first off, you guys can probably see, we have my brand new British Army for conflict. Which we have my 2 platoon commanders. Check them out. These are my 2 inexperienced platoon commanders that I'm going to be using in the assault platoon. We got a grenade, got a Luger, Colonel and Captain something. I don't know. That's the perfect models for a platoon commander. Then we have, I just airbrushed, we have the handlers, as well as I have 6 dogs. So I got 2 squads of Cerebus. So these I prime black and then airbrush them gray. And I'm going to do the splotchy white and gray and tan, whatever spots. Then we got Mark IIs and the automated director. I forgot which one actually is the director. It's this one with the cool light on it. We have our 2 Mark 1 squads, including, I forgot who it was. I think it was Rudy posted it in the Discord. But we did this last stream. We made one of them kneeling. Half of them with HMGs, half with the MMGs with the close combat blade or the bayonets. Though I'll probably just play them with the MMGs, but I did want to build some with HMGs because they look cool. We got Birdie, which I'm going to paint each piece individually because that's how Birdie is. You know how they have, he's got like a green leg maybe and a tan one and then maybe another color. I want to try maybe do one of Sean's colors, Squig Herder Sean. He just built some Brits, so I want to maybe use one of the arms as that color, for instance. Use some of the communities, British armies as some of the parts on them, I think would be fun. Then we have the old school British armor dudes. They just count as Galahad armor because in the army list because there's only one power armor option. But I picked up the box of these from Tabletop Strategist along with the automated platoon box. Then we have some walkers, which I converted these 2 jackal models. They're not even jackals. So I have to look. I think they're from Epic Miniatures, and they're, I think, made for, they're not even made for Conflict. I think they're made for a different game, but they just ended up working perfectly, I think. I gotta find the maker who makes these though, because they're part of a set you can buy. But I cut and added some HMGs to the top, and now we essentially have a jackal. So, or not a jackal, what is it, a guardian or a coyote? So I think they're guardians in the British Army. So no jump capabilities, but they have an HMG. And the flamethrower's on there, but I don't know if I'll play with it. You know, it's just nice to have it on there. And this Kaishuniku Mud Skipper proxy, which is not called that. It's a American walker he made, but it just works really well for a Mud Skipper. And you can, I can even just kind of pivot the arms if I need to. So that's our British Army right there. It's this is probably closer to 2,000 points in reality with everything at this point. So we got a nice British Commonwealth Army at the moment. I would like to expand at one point, maybe get some like Gurkhas or something as the infantry or something, you know. I don't know, maybe just look for some cool British plastic hits that are out of the ordinary compared to just the normal guys. All right, so that's that. Next, this is from the summer sale. We got a lot of sprues. Now Rev walked away. Let's take a look. It's in the Discord, I think. Rev walked away with like 24 sprues or something. Let's take a look. So people have been working on some proxies, by the way, some STLs. Here we go. So these are my sprues. The rest is all Revs. So we got, I think it's 7 male Apocalypse sprues. These were $1.75 each, by the way. So I grabbed 2 Cerebus squads to get it to $80 for the free shipping. Otherwise, I would have had to spend more money on shipping than all of these sprues combined, almost. It's ridiculous. But that's the way it is from England. So I ended up getting the Cerebus. But anyways, Rev wanted a bunch of stuff for, what do you call it? Conflict, but also just other games and stuff. So these are 7 male Apocalypse sprues, 7 female Apocalypse sprues, 1 zombie sprue, 1 weapon accessory sprue, and another weapon accessory sprue. There are a lot of pictures from Open Day floating around Discord. Wasn't sure if you'd seen them. No, I haven't. You mean in the K47 one? Where is it at? Let me see. It would be in Hobby Chat, no. Painting Roundup. Off Topic. I'm looking, I don't see Oh, here we go. It's because you guys are... It was before I even got there. Let's see. We got some stuff, it looks like. Let's take a look. Ah, very nice. Nice photos too. Oh, this is the new sniper team. This is the new hero sniper team. This is a new hero unit. Whoa, what do they have? Like an anti-material rifle? It's like an SVD on drugs, it looks like. Unfortunately, I don't think that is in focus. Oh, they actually show the weapon options as well, huh? Oh, he can hold a fucking samurai sword. Is this the new Paragon hero? Yeah, it's a new Paragon hero. Heavy Tesla. You can hold his sword with 2 hands as well. So that means I bet you this guy will... If you scroll higher, you see a lot of new unpainted stuff. I bet you this dude has some sort of cool melee option. Or at least maybe like a cool combat blade. We got this in the box we're going to take a look at. But this is a new Paragon hero right here. I have Arnold from Predator that I 3D printed that I'm going to use, but his knee pad are the Japanese ones. Really? Ah. Oh, are his shoulder pads as well, or is that a Paragon shoulder pad? I'm not really too familiar with the actual Paragon models. Oh, here's the sniper right here. Here's a better look. Oh my god. They're gonna be... I hope it's a cool sniper hero. Whoa! Is this a new Grizzly? Alright, what do we think? What do we think? Or is this the British chassis? No, this is an American Grizzly one. I don't know. I don't know if I like it yet. I don't know if I think I like the old one better, but I'm sure it'll grow on me. I still want one. What do we think? It's a Firefly shoulder pad. Ah, I think I actually might have some of those. It looks sick as hell. I think it does look sick. It's like a completely different design, though. Isn't that wild? So I guess this is maybe like in the lore, they completely updated the option. Wait till you see the British options. I don't know. I kind of like the old one better. I like this, like, sort of like... It reminds me of, like, old mech games. Like Armored Core, sort of. Like a big chonky one. But I will say, this does look pretty cool. It's this section right here I'm uncertain of. It's like a... Like they took a giant diving bell, or giant bell, and used it as the section. I do like this though, and the weapon looks great. I'm guessing, is that an autocannon? It's like a revolver barreled anti-tank gun. What the hell is that? What the hell is that gun? The shoulder cannon and cupola is real nice. Yeah, the cupola. That's what a cupola is, right? If I'm not wrong. That cannon looks sick. It's a revolver anti-tank gun. Oh my god. I know, I kind of wish if they had this, like here, I think, or maybe another gun. It's a little skinny here. I'm used to it being like a chonkier dude, you know? It still looks nice. I mean, it still looks sick. Oh, so is this an updated Percival? It must be, right? Yeah, look at the legs. It's because I think they're going to be basing it off a Grizzly kit, right? The Percival looks great. See with the gun in the center? Oh, that's an old Percy. Is it? Okay, okay. Wait, is it? I thought the old Percival was fatter. Ah, maybe you're right. Is it, though? It is, yeah, you're right, you're right. Dex knows what he's talking about. He's been playing since first edition. Still looks good. I want a Percival. It sucks they're like 388 points or something. Oh my god. Yes. Well, I know, I like the top piece. I hope we're getting the top piece. We must be getting the top piece, right? Hold on. Where is it? I'm guessing that's an optional thing, right? This is what, the HMGs? Is something going on with my mic? Do you guys hear that? Or is my mic picking something up? It's so subtle. You guys probably can't even hear it, but I think it might be... I might need to, like, unplug it and plug it back in. Yo, what's going on, Scar? Oh, is it a plastic version? I don't know. I think the new plastic British mechs are based off of the Grizzly as well, right? Aren't they? Yeah, so this is what, the HMGs? Twin HMGs? And the sword? God damn, that does look good. The cod piece, dude. The cod piece is the star. We're usually all about cocked machine guns, but we'll take a cod piece as well. This didn't look sick. I wonder if you can pivot these so you can kind of like... It looks like you can, because you can probably have the arms facing certain ways, potentially. And then you can like pivot the shoulder pads to give it like a dynamic look or something. If you want to mess with it. Wow, nice. That looks sweet. I just realized I didn't get any damn decals. Oh my god, that looks sick. What is going on back here? Is that just an option? Or is that part of the Shiburu? Is this the twin Shiburu cannon? Only halfway home, handing out a fried the house. Oh, did you head over to Warlord Day or something? Open day? I love this right here, these white stripes. This is the twin Shiburu, right? The Type 99 that you can re-roll the die. You can re-roll your hit rolls, I'm assuming. You can definitely move the arms around in cool ways. See right there, what's going on with my fucking mic? Hold on, let me unplug this. Okay, I think we're good. Twin heavy Shiburu, yeah. Hell yeah. That thing looks sick. I want to see one with a sword. No, it's doing it again. Am I getting feedback? Can you guys even hear it? Probably not. Yeah, you guys can't even hear it. It's just because I'm listening. I have, if you guys can't see, I have an actual mixer, so it's all cables and everything. It might be on my end of listening. It might be on my end. Honestly. I'm using like actual microphone cables and shit. Analog cables. I don't know, I'm hearing some sort of interference or something. Oh, the Chaffee? Chaffee with a Tesla turret. That means, wait, there is no Chaffee with a... There's no... Wait, you guys aren't hearing this? It's like pretty loud, or it's pretty... What the hell's going on then? I could see it though. It's just you guys. It's not loud enough for you guys to hear it. There's something weird going on with my mic. I don't know. It's just gonna drive me crazy. I will tell you that much. But I don't think there's a Chaffee, right? It's just a Stewart and the Sherman. Yeah, there's the two Stewarts. Sherman. Okay, hell yeah, dude. And the scout car. Sounds like wind, but I'm on headphones. Yeah, it's... I don't think it's the wind, though. Something's going on. I'm getting some weird interference or something. You guys... It's alright. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'll have to figure it out later. Okay, it's very cool. So we're getting a Tesla Chaffee, then. Percival with Canon and HMG. Now, is this just something that somebody printed, or is this part of... Like, hello, what we have here, I'll buy one, please. Oh, here we go. Here's the Percival. I can't see what sort of cannon that says, though. Oh, is this the freaking... Not a Tesla cannon, but something different? What does that say? I can't even see. D9D or something? What does it say? I don't know. Maybe this is some sort of new thing or something. This looks amazing. Look at the... I like the shoulders are very... It doesn't even look finished, possibly, but... Rad cannon? Oh, is that what it says? Oh, radiant cannon. Is that what that is? Radiant? Or radium? Is that what it is? Oh, I have the book right here. What is radium again? I forgot. Isn't it like the one thing I never look at? There's corrosive. Where's radium? Or something. Isn't there another keyword? Is it the corrosive one? It's corrosive. So corrosive is fire, advance, or ambush order. Exhaust the rift die. Increase pen against targets by the die type indicated. Ooh. That's very nice. So I wonder what, like... Corrosive DX is what it says for the keyword. Interesting. I remember, I was like, what the hell's corrosive? And then I think, what, the meteor cannon has corrosive? Is that what that is? Wow. Oh, corrosive D6. That'd be nice, eh? Right there. You hear that? What the fuck was that? Something's going on. I gotta, like, check my mic cable. Rerun it or something. Now, the question is it a howitzer or an AT gun? Well, that... Oh, you mean the other gun? What do you mean? You talking about this corrosive cannon? I'm assuming it's an anti-tank, but... Yeah, the long barrel. Because usually the howitzers are short barrels like this, right? This usually is like what a... What the fuck is that? What is that? True heavy based on the Starship? What is this? Hold on. What the fuck is that? Huh. Starship was an experimental tank. Oh, this might be some, like, maybe it's one of the first... Because look at the size of it, first off. And look at the size of the base. It needs a base, so you know it's a heavy son of a gun. This might be the first U.S. Maybe. If you guys are saying it looks like that experiment... It was an experimental U.S. tank, or did they say French? No. Is it experimental U.S. tank, or... Oh, is this on a freaking... Is that on a freaking giant hovercraft it's coming off of? What the hell is that thing driving off of? It looks like it's on like a giant beach landing craft. Oh man, this might be one of the... It's an M60 chassis. Ah, okay. This might be like our first US heavy walker. Where it's got like 10 in the front, 9 elsewhere, you know, reinforced front armor. Well, I guess what? The linebacker has reinforced, but so then what is it? The Panzer walkers, I guess then? I guess they could make it, what, one of those like 12 damage or 11, whatever those larger ones are. I never play with any of the heavy stuff on the Axis. Let's actually take a look. What's the big boys? Are they 12? I think it's 12 because Rev had the really big Russian one, I think. Noxairs, Infernos, Panzerfleurs. There's the two-legged one. The Thor is the super heavy. It's damage of 11. With you can get reinforced as well. Wotan is one. Is that the... Oh, Wotan. Here we go. And I think it's the same for the Soviet one as well. So I wonder if it's a damage value 11. It looks like a big walker no matter what. Whether it's... And it's probably going to be for the Allies, I'm assuming. If it's based off of this experimental tank. Interesting, they're pulling 1960 design cues, though. It seems like a style departure. It might not be official. Right? Who knows? I mean, we definitely have stuff in conflict that is ahead of its time, right? With certain weaponry and stuff like that, and like the models, and how there's freaking night vision. Like, dude, what is going on with my mic? It's driving me crazy. I'm getting some crazy interference right now or something. If we go to the British Commonwealth, if we go down to the Grenadiers, they literally have like 2-lens night vision goggles. Which is pretty advanced for its time. I don't know. I don't think they had this level of night vision goggles in World War II. You know what I mean? Because that's what this is, right? Night vision goggles. And they're using freaking the bullpup British rifles, which are what? The LA A3s or whatever the hell they're called? I forgot what they're called. Or the A1s or whatever. So, there's definitely like some stuff that is inspired by the by like more like 50s and 60s technology, I would say. The AM1 is from the 40s. Is that what this is? Is that what they're wearing? Are they wearing two, like, is this what they had in the 40s, like 2-lens night vision goggles like that? Or are you talking about this particular, or is the rifle? It's a hybrid EM2 QND SA80. So it's what? It is based off of like something like a FAL then or something? Because that's what the SA80 is, right? A FAL, if I'm not wrong. Interesting. The devs have been doing 60s since the Tesla, Stuart. The floodlight is straight from the M60's infrared. That's a great point too, yeah. I'm just saying, like, I think they can get away with it. You know what I mean? Because, like, what is the reason why all this stuff happened was because of... you could just blame the Rift. The Rift accelerates everything. You know what I mean? There's probably some dude in Washington doing Rift coke off of a hooker's ass. And he's like, we got to make a giant super walker now. You know what I mean? That's all you got to blame it on is the Rift, dude. Easy. Easy. What is this? Mark 1 Pantheon? Oh yeah, now they also have cocaine as well, but they did before in Coca-Cola, but now there's like, you know, because of the rift, it's everywhere, you know. No, I don't know. No wonder why Warlord's like, wait, you're not sponsoring this asshole. Mark III Pantheon. I don't know what that is. Oh shit. Okay, I don't think that was anything. I didn't look at it too much. Anyways. Merlin revamp. Look at that. So this is a new Merlin, huh? I kind of like the old Merlin. I have one here on my shelf. Wait, is this the big one that we saw behind it? Or is that the other Percival? Whoa, 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 whoa. Are those jackals? Are those jackals and guardians? They put it right over the damn thing. It's giving BattleTech vibes. Yeah, very, very BattleTech-y vibes. Holy. I didn't even notice that. Oh, they look like they're fucking bodybuilders. They look like they're ready to brawl, dude. What does this guy got going on? Maybe this is a jackal with a jump ability. And this is a guardian or something without the jump ability backpack. I don't know what else this could be. Maybe for the flamethrower? The Merlin always gave BattleTech vibes? Yeah, true. Dude, that's sick. I don't know. I kind of like it. It looks like a brawler. They got rock grinder fists. Oh my god, you're totally right. This one does. This is like the scene in Total Recall when Arnold Schwartz is in the taxi with the dude and like the rock grinder crushes through the vehicle and is like eating it. He's like, ah! You know what I'm talking about? That's what I always think of when I see these mining devices. That exact scene when they're getting chased by that mining vehicle. Quaid. Dude, that's sick. What else is here? Soviet armored transport. Soviet super heavy gun carrier concept. Wow, wow, wow. They're just throwing it all out there, dude. Okay, here we go. Deaf Monkey with the... oh, they're just like, alright, here we go. Whoa, look at this, too. This shows how maybe they do their sculpts. That's pretty cool. Oh, I didn't realize this was actually in their office. Are those the Noxairs? That looks like the new Jackal right there. That looks like a Soviet Zukio mat auto projector or something, whatever that thing's called. Huh. Yeah, where was that big ass one? Here it is, this white one. And that's one of the Grizzlies. Wait a minute, that actually doesn't look that big. If that's one of the Grizzly chassis. Right? This is a Grizzly. That's one of the... Oh, this looks like maybe... That looks like a Kodiak. That looks like a Kodiak right there. I could be wrong, though. I think that says Kodiak. You could just tell from the machine gun setup. I don't know if I like the new Grizzlies, dude. I might need to get myself some the resin or metal ones. I really like the old ones. Oh, shit, look at that. There's a really big spider walker down there. Also, what is this? I'm, like, paying attention to all the walker stuff. Oh, they got turrets and all that. It's a new Wotan? That's what I'm saying. I did not see that one. We're going to have to see. I think they got some good picks here. We just got to look it over. What is... Wait a minute. Is that a fucking hover tank? That looks like a fucking hover tank. Do you see that? The mini Sturmreese. No, I don't. Where? Oh, those must be new bots. New British blow-up bots that don't blow themselves up anymore. They suck now. And that looks like a freaking a mech on a tank. It is a hover tank? Oh my god. Been there for a while? Holy. I've never seen half of this shit. You guys know a hell of a lot more than me. Oh, is that an updated Vogelspinner? That looks like a different Vogelspinner chassis. Ah, the mini Sturmreese. Now I see it. That's what I should have printed. Ah, Mallet Walker, dude. Mallet. Look at that. There's a Mallet right there. And it's standing... Whoa, is that the way that... Hold on. Is that how the Soviet projector always looked like? No, right? There's no way. Kinda. Kinda. But this one's way bigger. I like the design of this. This looks serious. Maybe it's a larger turret option. Oh, wait a minute. What the fuck are those? Those are some sort of heavy armored infantry. Oh, I want to... Hopefully we could see that. I wonder if they're British. Are they updated American sculpts? Or is that Paragons or something? Dude, that might be Paragons. Okay, there's the hover tank. Look at that. Huh. That's interesting. You know what? I'm starting to think this isn't like a super heavy walker, but this is definitely... It's got dual revolver autocannon turrets. Like, I don't know what this... I can't tell what this is. This might be like something based off the new Grizzly kit, or it might be a brand new walker altogether. If you go on Warlord Community, you can see those armored infantry a bit better. You just have to go back, though. Okay, so I'll take a look at the Warlord infantry as well. Like they're U.S. engineers with exosuits. There was a photo of them from a while ago. Ah, okay. Yeah, it almost looked like Brits, but I think it's U.S. guys. Well, this is fun to see all this, huh? Okay, so Mark 1 automatons. These are new, I'm assuming? I haven't actually laid my hands on the official ones. Oh my god, what is this? A Mark II automaton? Automated platform? That has to be brand new, right? That looks sick. Adapticon page... Or Adapticon 26 post on page 5? Okay. I'll take a look. Actually, let's do it real quick. On Warlord Community, you guys are saying? Be nice if I could... Is this what you're talking about? Warlord Community? I gotta go back? Adepticon 26? Cool if I could pick the page. Ah. Unless I misunderstood you guys. Missed it? Do I gotta go back? Aha. Ah, I see. Okay, yeah. Oh, we know what those are. Whoa, what the fuck are those? Dude, what is going on with my mic? What could be happening? I've never really even done this. Oh shit. Fucking hell. Sorry about that, chat. Shit just fucking peaked like crazy. I think I gotta replace the wire, dude. The XLR cable. Something's wrong. Sorry about that. Alright. I don't know what the hell this is. This guy's like ripping his shirt off. New hulked out Drugov. Ah, true. I forgot. They completely changed what Drugov looks like. Is anyone... I just saw the Stroomreese and think they made me think of a new STL they put out a few days ago. Is anyone having problems with that? And what do you do to get around them? So what? Have you been trying to print... You're talking about this right here? What's the issue? I'm going to have Rev print some. Are you having failures or something? What's going on? One of the files is huge. Ah, is there something wrong? Maybe they need to fix it on their end. Okay, here they are. Alright, U.S. Infantry. Alright, okay. Cool. This is sick. Like, too big for slicers huge. I'm not certain about that, no. What file is it? I'm in the flak tower. I'm in metric. Divide by 25.4. You're just saying the file is like 300 megabytes. So, like, you're trying to load it into the slicer and the slicer's not loading. It's, like, lagging out or something. Is that what you're saying? I'm not certain. It's like something wrong with the file size itself is what you're saying. Oh, dude, here's the Wotan. So is this... Yeah, this is a new version, right? There's a Malot. Dude. This is going to be an issue if my mic's doing this, because I got to record fly tying audio tonight. I wonder if it's my mixer. I'm going to maybe rerun the cable, or I'll swap the... I think I have another XLR cable I can always use. But this is going to be an issue when I record audio. I got to figure this out. It's annoying. I don't know what the hell is going on. It's very subtle, but when I record audio for a video, it's going to be an issue. I thought I was alone. Reddit confirmed. Checking if anyone has found a fix. No, I haven't even dove into it yet. It's like I'm getting really bad interference. Somehow, is what it sounds like. But here and there. I bought a bunch of stuff this week for K47. Oh, what'd you get, dude? I need to do the unconscious thing. See you later. Alright, we'll see you later, Ed. Well, that Wotan looks sick. Sherman Easy 8 turrets. Is that dual autocannons? Is that dual autocannons? That's not an option, right? For a Sherman? Oh my god, we're finally getting the twin cannon. This is the one that I think is +3 pen. This is the +2 pen one. There's a +1 pen one that's on the Walker, the linebacker. The M177 Tesla? Yeah. It's in the book. There's a +3 pen Tesla turret for the US in the book, but there is no model for it to play with. Where is it? Yeah, the M177 dual Tesla cannon, 48-inch range, 2 shots, +3 pen, team weapon, fixed, rift, Tesla Arc 1. So it's only Tesla Arc 1, but you are going to be getting 3 attacks and adding them up in the Tesla manner. 3 attacks, +3 pen. I mean, even if you hit with 2, that's a +6 pen shot, right? Against a vehicle. Oh, there is a radium revolver with corrosive. The meteor launcher has corrosive. And I think that's it as well. Interesting. So we are going to be getting some cool stuff. That's up to 9 pen though, right? Yeah, exactly. If you hit with the 3 shots, right? Which you get to re-roll one. It's a multi-shot. And then what? Isn't it? Are you doubling the amount of shots when you surge with the Tesla? I think, right? You're doubling the Tesla arc number, so you're just getting 2 extra shots. It's not you're doubling all of your shots, right? You'd be getting 4 shots total surging. Yeah, for 12 pen total. If you hit with all 4 surging. Yeah. We got the Chinu Twin Shiburo. So these are the new Twin Shiburo Type 99s. Which, I think a Twin Shiburo this allows you... We went over it yesterday. I don't think the tanks have it. I know the new Walker has the reroll a hit. Or reroll your hit rolls from the Twin Shiburo cannon. I don't think the tanks get it though, do they? I think they have an option for a twin. Okay, that's just the regular one. Type 99. I'm just looking to see if they do. No, so maybe the only Aru at the moment has the dual barrel Type 99. Is there a single barrel Type 99? And unlike normal Tesla, even when exhausted, it's still a threat. Yes, because I will say I don't use Tesla a lot. I'd just rather use a, what do you call it? I use the anti-tank weapon option a lot, you know? The Chiha. No, the Chiha can only have a Type 99. It doesn't say... Is the regular Type 99 cannon dual looking? Like the actual look of it? Is this a Type 99? I don't think there is a dual cannon model yet, so I'm assuming if it is the dual, like the new Oniaro Walker we saw, then it's going to have that function for, like, you get to reroll a hit. Or is it Japanese? Yeah, because you can, this has a Type 99, but it doesn't say dual Type 99. I do like the Tesla some, but I kind of just like a regular anti-tank gun at times. You know, plus 6 pen or something. Guaranteed. Yeah, so this one has the option for the dual-barreled... So this is what I think the difference is. You're going to get the dual-barreled on the... on the tank. On the Chinu or the Chiha, whatever it just showed. What was it? On the Chinu. Looks like, because that's I think a little bit heavier one, right? Dual barrel Type 99 Shiburo cannon mounted across both arms when re-rolling. Oh, maybe that's why this one's mounted both across arms. But when rolling to hit with a dual barrel Type 99 Shiburo cannon, you may re-roll any misses. It's pretty damn good. My Tesla Sherman's always delivered. I had some issues at times, for sure. Because it's like plus 2 pen, and then even just against regular, I mean, it's still pretty good. I don't know. I'm kind of not. I'm not crazy about the plus 1 pen on the Teslas on the linebacker, or the plus 2 one on the Sherman, because there was like a ton of times I was trying to kill Ursus infantry and I just couldn't even. At least with, like, the anti-tank one, right? I'm like, I'm definitely killing one of those fuckers with an anti-tank. But then they're hard to kill. Is that a new rule? That is the rule for the Oniaro Walker, yeah. I don't know if it'll be a rule in general for any dual-barreled ones, but this one says mounted across both arms. You know? I'd like to see the Scorpion Walker get a rule-articulated tail which grants plus 1 to hit on fire, advance, and ambush. Ah. Wait, it does it not? Does it not? Oh, it doesn't get an attack for its tail, obviously, because there's a gun on it, right? But theoretically, it could get an attack for its tail. I guess if you wanted to. So give it some sort of benefit for the tails, what you're saying almost. Sasori is good. It wrecks. It'll chop you up with the pincers. You know what I mean? For sure. It's the Chaffee. There's a Grizzly Mark IIs. Yep. This is the Bruin. Obviously with the missile launchers, which I'm kind of coming around to. The fuck is this? Some sort of walker. What does it say? Oh, Malot? It's a Malot walker sprue. Man, we got some heroes in the Discord, the K47 Discord. Gee. We got a ton of American buildings, but, you know, Rev's been printing stuff like crazy, but we can never have enough, for sure. Interesting. Little Q&A sort of thing or something. Wow, nice. That looks really nice. Is that a platoon commander? Or is that Birdie? That looks like Birdie. Maybe epic stuff down low or something? They look like hunchbacks from Battletech. Yeah, I was saying I'm not convinced about the new design on the walkers. I might have to get myself some of the older designs because I kind of like them, but damn, that looks freaking sick. There's your reroll. So there's your duel. So I guess I bet you're going to get the reroll ability on the Japanese tanks with the dual barrel. Oh no, this is the dual barrel one across both arms. Then what is this one? Just 2 of the smaller Shiburu cannons. That's the way I'm going to run it right there. Give me HMGs and the blade all day. Give me 2 of them. And give me Shadow Warriors. God, those guys look sick in the purple, I will say. I think I'm going to paint mine like Blood Angels, though. Damn, looks good. Oh, I think you know why. This looks like a massive fucking file. But it seems like maybe there's something wrong if that file was so big. That's 2 lights? Yeah, yeah. Oh, are those shadow? No, those are regular ghosts. But look at the walkers, dude. Oh, this is the scenario, isn't it? Somebody teleported, too. I believe this is one of the scenarios that you have to print that for. We're gonna crack open the book here, chat. All right. I'm gonna probably go grab a drink, a little White Claw, so we can we'll get loose. Oh hell yeah! Look at that, the new Soviet miniatures. Thank God, thank you for pointing that out. Was it Dex or Wolf? Somebody said to check this out. There's a lot of cool stuff here. Whoa! That's the like the old miniature painted. It's like a photo of the mini. There's some art. Birdie's got your back. Hell yeah, dude. You know what's crazy nowadays is like I'm like, you know what? Good on Warlord for not using AI slop. That's like my mentality nowadays. I'm like expecting all these companies just to start using this AI garbage instead of using real artists or something, but I shouldn't think like that because that's the way it should be, but it's so stupid. But I love seeing human-made art. It's so refreshing. Not that there's many companies that do, but you know what I'm talking about. It's fucking everywhere nowadays. Drive me crazy. Sheesh. What is this? Oh, it's a Stall Trooper and a Firefly. I was just trying to make sure. I'm like, what is this sprue? These might be the commanders or something? Or just like Warlord Day, Open Day miniatures, custom, or like special ones. Hell yeah. You see, Rev got some art. We're going to take a look. It was you. Yeah, yeah. Thank you for reminding me, brother. Appreciate it. Oh, these guys look cool. He's like, I got some beer at least. Yeah, there's the sniper. Hell yeah, dude. What's this? Oh, there's your options for bodies and stuff for vehicles. Bertie. Yeah, we saw all this. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Very, very cool. Sheesh. Anyone else think of going to Adepticon this year? Where the hell is Adepticon? Also, definitely not just because I'm a broke mother lover, but my main goal in life, chat, is to fix my goddamn boat so I can go fishing on the water again. That is my main goal in life. And make awesome YouTube videos and tie flies, but... Where is Adepticon? Is it in EU, or is there an EU one and a US one? Wish there was a Warlord store closer to me. Dude, we need a Warlord store in the US. The con is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Should be starting in April. Oh, nice. I go every year. I live in Wisconsin. Yeah. So Cosmic's there. He's probably wearing cheese on his head. You know, they have those cheese hats. Except it's not an actual hat. It's a real piece of cheese. Like a giant cheese block he's wearing on his head. He's going to have an otter in either pocket. And he's going to have some sort of Kriegsmarine outfit or something, probably, I would imagine. Cheese hat over the gas mask. Oh, it's just a Krieg outfit? So I was about halfway right. Just minus the actual cheese and otters. You can't tell me you give otters cheese and beer and swim with them and not have me bring it up every chance I can when I talk about you. Because it's ridiculous. You know? I was thinking about it. Maybe I'll drag Michael on. Yeah, Rev actually goes to shit. Rev actually goes places. Okay? I haven't eaten out in about 6 months. Okay? I'm going to have to bring peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the whole time. Octopus, and yes, we have our stuffed cheese. We give our stuffed cheese. Everything gets cheese here. So even octopus, you smother it in cheese probably, right? Even though it's a faux pas. You should come down to the car. We'll play some games. Come down to the car? Oh, come down with car or something? You know you can get a kayak instead of a boat, right? Yeah, I got one in my backyard. It sucks. My back hurts all the time. I can't lift the thing. I got an Old Town Predator. It's a 13-foot kayak. I have a motor on it and everything. But the thing's 100 pounds unladen. And I've just... Nowadays, with my back, dude. I used to lift it, put it up on my Suburban. I had a Subaru. I was putting it up on there. But... God, once you go from having a kayak to owning a real boat, a nice 21-foot Steiger craft, and I'm ripping around out in the ocean chasing sharks and stuff, and I'm like, man, this sucks. I mean, you have to fish from shore and from a kayak. I would kayak more, but my back is a big issue. It's such a heavy kayak, but you can stand up on it and fly fish while you're standing on the kayak. I have videos of me catching a close to 20-pound bluefish on that thing standing up. It's sick. That being said, though, I've worked on boats for years. I fished off boats for years, and I'm spoiled. I love boats. Okay? But it's goddamn expensive. Mordian should be coming this year? Ah, interesting. 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 Alright. Let's take a look. We are going to review all the stuff that Reb bought, or brought over. We got Cosmic. With, it looks like some, what? Are those IS-2s? Why are they so cheap? These tanks are $25 a piece? Is this like a special thing they got? Oh, is this because you bought stuff from the... Or did you end up getting, like, free stuff or something, or... Did you end up getting, what's it called? You spent a certain amount, so you were able to get a $40 box for free or something? Those tanks are pretty cheap, no? Is this, like, a different scale tank, or... Or are these the little shooty, the little light armored tank destroyer type things? Bust another 1,000? Yeah, boats do mean bust another 1,000. Hell yeah. They definitely do. If you and Rev come to the con, we should definitely. Oh, 100%, dude. If we are in the same state at all, believe me, we will try and figure out something. Meet up at some point. If not, I will send my representative, because I do need to, like, the YouTube grind. I'm like consistently going crazy. I could always send my representative for Mike Rolls of Dice, Rev. He's the official ambassador of Mike Rolls Dice. Okay. All right. They're secondhand models. Noble Games. Gotcha. Buying for cheap and repaired. That's one of your little secret tricks. I see. We're learning the tricks of the trade from Cosmic. I got 3 IS ones, a Soviet heavy walker. I also ordered the Warlord guy. Oh yeah, the heavy Warlord open day sprue, or the kit for the little dude. Hell yeah. He does have a shirt and everything. That is true. We actually have a little like mini podcast episode. It's just me and Rev sitting down talking about conflict. I still need to like edit it and see, but all right. We're gonna touch on this. We've been streaming for a little bit. I'm gonna go grab a drink. All right. You saw my Brits. We're gonna take a look at these Apocalypse sprues. You know what? Let's just look at it real quick because these aren't anything special. And then when I get back, we'll just do a deep dive into the Invasion America stuff. So we got a Apocalypse bike hero or biker hero, which, by the way, I think, is this not making noise now? I think it stopped making noise. What the hell was that? So strange. There's a dude and a chick, like some busty chick on the back. I think they're both riding on the motorcycle, or you can pick one or the other. So why the hell not? That seems pretty cool. We got the male survivor sprues here, and these have all sorts of weapon options. There's crossbow, AK, M16, shotgun, baseball bat, crowbar, SMGs, British bullpup rifle, like a paddle. This guy's got a Mosin. So this is like perfect. What we're gonna do is I got 3 of these and 3 of the female ones. That's like literally 60. Because there's 10 people on a sprue, by the way. I'm gonna use these as 10-man, or maybe like 12-man, whatever. I don't know. The green or like the inexperienced rifleman squads as like U.S. militia. Maybe we have a militia. Maybe they're gonna give us a militia unit in the scenario or something. But these are the male ones, and there's 3 of those. So I'm going to use these as like U.S. citizens with guns that are fighting back against the Japanese. Fuck yeah. I would love to get my Firefly cosplay done before the convention. Yeah, the question is, are you actually utilizing Rift technology to travel short distances via flight? Is what Rev's really curious about. We got the female Apocalypse sprues, which this is going to be my platoon commander, Big Bertha. And again, AKs, M16s, freaking RPGs, MAC-10s and shit, and like Uzis. There's a Magnum with a scope on it, like a Dirty Harry gun. This is sick, by the way. Compound bow. But I will say, these are, look at the sprues. This is like from a different time. These are different bases than Warlord's normal bases. And these were made in China, I think, actually. But we got 3 female sprues. And then last but not least, I gave 1 to Rev because I didn't really need 2 sprues of these. But I think it's 10 zombie girls. We got 10 zombie girls. Maybe they'll introduce K-47 partisan rules. Oh, I'd love it. Yeah, Rev loves infantry. He wants a full infantry. You know the regular infantry platoons in bolt action? We need that in conflict. So you can have 4 basic infantry units in a platoon. You still need a mandatory assault platoon, but give us an optional extra to take a giant mass of just inexperienced green dudes. That way your friend can run your walkers right through them, you know? And your guys can get crushed right in front of you. It'd be so much fun. I might just let Rev start doing it. Because it's literally the same thing as bolt action. Conflict is so close to bolt action that who's to say you can't just have an infantry platoon you can play with. Can sweet potato fries really get better? Boo this man! I hate sweet potato fries. I hate them. There was a time when I liked them. I hate them now. All my parents want to eat are freaking sweet potatoes. I'm like, what the hell? What happened to the good old days when we used to have a real potato? An Irish coated potato with some butter. You know, now we gotta have sweet potatoes. I don't want my potatoes to be sweet. Alright? Unless you're throwing some marshmallows in there. We got like a little yam scenario for like Thanksgiving. That's different. But I like my fries. I like savory. I'm not a big sweet guy. I used to love eating sweets. And then I don't know, I just stopped being into sweet stuff. You can do an engineer squad to do the regular guys. Okay, that is true. Yeah. But the thing with the engineer squad is, like, there's certain things you have to take, this, that. Just give us a basic rifle squad. Fries are a waste of sweet potatoes. I do like sweet potatoes. And I look, I'm all for it, all right? But it's just I've had, like, girlfriends, family members, friends that love sweet potato fries. I'm in the minority. I don't like them. I'll eat them. But if I got, like, let's say we go to you go to a nice restaurant where they make their own chicken tenders or like some sort of like fried chicken or something or burgers. You're like, ooh, you know what I mean? And then they bring you out some sweet potato fries. You're like, get this trash out of here. I want some salt, you know? I want some savory. I'll eat them, but I like a nice rough cut, slender cut, wedge cut. Potato wedge. Just give me it. I just want a real potato. You know what I mean? Straight from Idaho or something. Classic. American. That's an American potato, brother. All right? Get your French sweet potatoes out of here. Freedom fries. All right? I like Idaho potatoes. All right? Or whatever. I don't know. I used to know all the brands when I used to cook a lot more. Or know all the types of potatoes. Like the little red... You got your little red ones, your purple ones, your Alaskan golds or whatever. I don't know the fucking names anymore. Dude, I would kill for some fries too. I always get so hungry by the end of the stream, but I need to channel through. So that being said, I'm going to go grab a White Claw because we're about to really have some fun. Now, here's the thing, chat. I know some people probably want to wait till they get their own book. I can't help it. We're going to have to take a look at the book today. We're not going to read every single thing. But if you don't want to get any spoilers whatsoever, I completely understand. The book's probably going to show up in a couple days, to be honest with you, if you ordered it. If not, head over to Tabletop Strategist for free shipping on orders over $75 for bolt action and conflict using code Mike Rolls. Thank you. Thank you. The book! Sweet potato curry, sweet potato frittatas. Ooh. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna get pissed off. And see, now you're eating a dessert. You're eating sweet potato fries with a caramel dip. It's actually not that bad. But now you're, okay, you might as well just put some ice cream on there too, you know, while you're at it. All right, just a quick little glimpse, but we're gonna take a look here in a sec. And I'm assuming Rev's going to let us open it up. We're going to open up, take a look at the sprues, take a look at what's included. We'll take a look at slammers. I believe I harassed Rev to allow me to buy this from him or get it. And I don't know. It's up to Rev. If you want, I'll just buy one if you want to build this. Totally up to you. You also got a free sprue. You want to do the free sprue first? All right, let's do the free sprue. All right, chat. What did Rev get? Let's see. Drum roll, please. Here's my bet. Okay, I'm just gonna feel it. Let me, can I tell what it, I haven't opened it, as you can see. Slammers is mine? Alright, appreciate it, brother. How about this? What do you call it? I mean, you bought a ton of stuff anyway. I was gonna give it to you anyway, but all this, I paid for all your sprues. That's a gift, all that, the Apocalypse sprues and yada yada yada. Alright, what is this? This might be some sort of Hail Caesar thing. I don't know if it's bolt action. Chat, put your guesses. What are they? The most common sprue I've got from them is Waffen SS Angry Waffle Boys. Usually, though, the Hail Caesar stuff is smaller. I'm giving you guys some ASMR, too, right now. You like it? I don't know what it is. It actually might be a bolt action sprue. There's not 2 sprues in there, right? Alright. Let's see what it is. I'm gonna say... Oh, I just touched it. Oh, wait. There's 2 sprues. Oh, okay. That's what it is. Okay, well, here's a little... It is a Warlord base. It says Warlord Games LTD. But that's an interest... Is that what the bases usually look like? Somebody might even know what it is from that. I'm gonna stick my hand in and try and figure out what it is. What is it? This actually might be bolt action. It feels like there's a bolt action body. It's a 5 sprue. It's got to be a bolt action sprue. Waffen SS. What did I tell ya? I'm telling you, nobody wants to play with these damn things. I had to scrape off insignias and crap to turn these guys into Turks. But, you can use them for desert, Germans as well. But there's a reason why they probably have so many of these damn sprues around. You do want them? I don't want these angry waffle boys. Get them out of here. Bunch of jerks. I like the regular Wehrmacht. And like the cool Fallschirmjäger guys. Not these douchebags. Oh, you got a Japan sprue? Ah, buddy boy. Rev would have been... He would have been jumping if he saw that. That's okay, though. What do you call it? Angry waffle boys can always come in handy. We just gotta make them less angry, I guess. More regular German military is how I use them. Alright, we're gonna leave all this. We're gonna come back here in a sec, chat, alright? I'm gonna go grab a drink. We're gonna crack open a cold one. We're gonna deep dive, okay? Also, what's going on, Squig Herder? I hope you're doing well, dude. You got the British Commandos? Oh, I would love some British Commandos. I want to convert my own Grenadiers. Damn it. I mean, it's Rev's sprue anyway. I don't know why I'm getting upset, but he's probably like, woohoo, Waffen SS, let's go. Nobody in there, nobody clipped that, all right? Nobody ever should ever say that same sentence. I got my window open right now, you know? Okay, what's going on, Squig Herder? How you doing, brother? All right, we're going to be back in just a second, chat. We'll throw up, what do you call it, our little away slide, and I'll be back in just a second, all right? Appreciate you guys hanging out. And we're never beeping the allegations? God damn it! Alright, we're back. Thank you for being patient, chat. I'm gonna grab a drink real quick. Yo, what's going on, Sir Rupert? How's it going? I'm gonna start building my conscripts? Hell yeah. I thought we were gonna get to build some of the Apocalypse brews today, but we've been just going over all of the crazy Warlord stuff that's coming out. And I'm not complaining either. I am not complaining either. Alright. Let's start off with the non-Japanese stuff. We got the new Invasion Amerika T2 prototype heavy armor book miniature. So this is the new, like, this is a prototype guy. It doesn't mean the new armored infantry are going to look like this. Mordian was talking, but I mean, the K487 community on YouTube, on alone isn't that huge, so you are bound to see the same folks. Oh yeah. That's alright, the phone will do that sometimes. Looks like a nice resin miniature though. Maybe we'll have some time, we'll put this guy together before the end of the stream. Very nice. Is there anything else fancy in there? No, it doesn't look like. So we got Slammer Samuels, let's take a look. Let me move this off to the side, shall we? Let's take the box. And I'm trying to be careful because there's a nice piece of art in here that Rev got with the book. Oh, the base is just sitting in the box. Okay, cool. Probably popped out. There's a base to go along with that guy, I'm assuming. Or this base actually might go with the Waffen guys. Is that what that goes with? I bet you that's what that is. Is it 6 guys on the sprue? Yeah, it's 6 guys on the sprue. This is the base for that. I forgot they chuck in a random one for you. Okay. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh my god, everything's falling over. Disaster. Slammer Samuels, there he is, baby. One Slammer Samuels, the first Paragon multi-part plastic miniature. Assemble guide, plastic base. Let's crack it open. Let's take a look, shall we? I'm a sucker. I should throw away the boxes, but the boxes are so freaking cool, dude. Like, the boxes are really nice. I wouldn't mind putting them up on a shelf somewhere. I know that's kind of stupid, but... Let's take a look. This nice dynamic pose. It looks like it is, obviously, it's pretty mono pose, but it's very dynamic. And there's all this little Tesla energy off of his gauntlet, which is so cool. We get a nice base with it as well. Textured base. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Look at that. It's like 4 or 5 pieces. Really, like half the pieces are this little accessory stuff. A nice Tesla gauntlet on there. Very cool. And the heavy Tesla rifle looks nice as well. Very nice. Very nice. He's looking good. I'm excited to put him together. We're definitely going to have him ready for Invasion America. I'm assuming he's going to show up. We're going to take a look. We're going to look at the scenarios today. This is actually going to give us a good idea of what we're going to need to start working on. Now, here's the thing. I plan on doing all of the scenarios for Invasion America. I've said that before, but with the Festoon Europa. But Invasion America came so quick. The thing is, I may need to adjust some of the scenarios. If it requires like crazy terrain, we might adjust it in our own way. But I want to make sure we do all the scenarios. But if we have to, if we don't, I don't want Rev to have to print a bunch of random bullshit for one-time use. So we can always adjust the terrain stuff to fit what we have and just play the scenarios is the idea. But we'll try and do our best to try and make it as cool, you know, as real to the scenario. But the man's already 3D printing terrain like crazy. So until I also get a FDM printer, we're kind of we're pumping stuff out, but you know, you can only do so much. So let's take a look. What do we got here? We get 1 Komoro Tadaki. Oh, you get some transfer sheets? Oh, very nice. We're gonna have to keep this all nice, by the way. We get 3 Shinobi Shadows, 25 Ghost, which can either be Shadow Warrior squads or a Ghost Platoon Commander, 2 Empire of Japan infantry decal sheets, and the guide and the bases. Let's take a look. What do we got? What do we got? Sprue. Bases. Put the stuff to the side real quick. So we got Komoro Tadaki first. You just got a 10-pack of filament spools. Woo-hoo! Shout out to Reb, by the way. Put a lot of time and effort and money into terrain for the channel and stuff. And he's just doing it out of his own love, so. But he also just loves conflict and playing games and all that jazz as well. But give round of applause for Rev, chat. 07's for Rev for working hard as usual. Turn that down a little. So Komoro Tadaki, and it looks like we have our 3 Shadow Spirits, right? Here's Komora, I'm assuming. He's multi-piece, and these are the shadows. And what do the shadows? They just go on regular bases? Yeah, the shadows go on regular bases. He's got the textured base. Very cool. So he's got... Does he have 3 arms or something? He's got 2 arms with 2 blades, and you have all the little pieces that go around it that give him the, like, rift energy. Yeah, this guy's going to be a powerhouse. This guy's going to be a brick house of utility. And then, is this all... This should be all Ghost Warrior sprues, I believe. So let's take a look at the new Ghost Warrior sprues, because I myself am curious. I want to start a Japanese army, so can I just build them all as Shadow Warriors? It looks like it. Shaking up the yellow paint? Hell yeah. It looks like you have the options to build them either with the rifles, compression rifles, the SMGs, or all melee, from what I can tell. Spear, so that's 1. 2. That'd be 2 maybe. It looks like you might need to have like some SMGs in a hand or something. Well, I guess let's see. 1, 2. So 1. Let's just say 2, 3, 4. It looks like you can have them all with melee, but I'm just trying to see. You might have like an SMG in one hand and a blade in the other or something. So these are the compression rifles right here. Let's get a better zoom in. Then you have your SMGs and your melee options. Different samurai swords. You can see the bodies here. Dude, I should probably do a video on this, huh? A quick video later. But I have to do my fly time video. I banged out like 2 videos on the Japanese units and all that recently. Compressions, SMGs. Oh, I guess you could have some hands as well. So yeah, you could totally have just melee if you want to. That looks like a platoon commander right there, if you ask me. The head right there. Very nice. Spears are nice. I like them. The compression rifles look cool. This one's got like a scope on it. Oh, I think they all have scopes. This is a Urakumi? You guys can maybe let me know. Is that a Urakumi? Looks like a flamethrower type thing, but it kind of... I'm assuming that's like a Urakumi anti-tank launcher. Very nice. I mean, this looks great. It looks simple to build too, right? It's like 4 or 5 pieces. Nice and easy. And then you got some shoulder pads. The heads. Yeah, it must be a Urakumi, I'm thinking. Just let you guys see it all. Alright, so I mean, the rest is just all ghosts. It's all ghosts, baby. We got some transfer sheets. We'll just take a look real quick. Nice. Interesting. These markings. Or whatever they spell out to be maybe squad markings or something, or... Okay. Assembly sheet. Those are the shadows. Okay, so there is a little tiny assembly required on a couple shadows, or optional extras. And then we have Kimura, how you put Kimura together. Nice and simple. He's got a little peg on the foot to fit him into the base, which is always a nice thing. You got the little... Yeah, they did a good job showing how it's put together. Very nice. And now the ghost sheet. Nice thick pieces of paper. So yeah, you could just build them like this. That's one way you can build them, which is the melee. Then you have the compression rifle, so you could just... This is one way you could build all of them. The other way is you can equip them with the compression rifles, 5-man. Or you can do the SMG squad, which I guess if you want to do the SMG squad, you can always just have this guy with some blades because he looks freaking badass. Or as a platoon commander or something. You could use the blades for a platoon commander. Oh, that is the anti-tank launcher option. Anti-tank, compression, SMG options. Some SMG squad leader head. So that's your squad leader head, is the one with the raised piece. Most of them are pretty simple. Some of them looks like you got to stick a leg on there. What I'm really interested in, melee, dude. Yeah, look at that. That guy's unsheathing the blade. This guy's got freaking... What do they call those? Are they katanas? They're katanas, right? Or no, not katanas. What do they call these little... This is like the Ninja Turtle blades. What the hell do they call those little things? They're like daggers, but with those pointy bits for parrying or whatever. The handguard, or yeah, handguards. Spear looks really cool too. All right, very nice. That's gonna be for Rev to put together. He hates my Tamiya glue skills. Let's see, can I put this together nicely? That's the question. Let's see. Put this away nice for Rev. Hell yeah, dude. Shout out to Rev, by the way, for bringing this stuff for us to look at. So we could take a look at it early. I might need to film the contents of this box tonight. And then put a video out. We'll see, though. Because it is kind of cool to, like, see the actual miniatures and stuff. But we'll have to let Rev put it together, obviously. Alright, let's take a look. The book and the artwork. This is the real exciting stuff. Obviously, the miniatures are very exciting, but... What the hell's going on in this game? Oh my god, I think an Oniara Walker is on this artwork. Oh my god, that's sick. It's a little bent up because it was shipped with the book, but... That looks really nice. You're gonna have to frame that, put that on the wall. Look at that, by the way. Do you see what that is, chat? Can you tell me what that is? That looks like 2 regular U.S. soldiers equipped with MX-1, MX-2 Thompsons. Why the hell do we not have the option to give regular troops MX-1, MX-2 Thompsons? I mean, they printed this. That tells me, give me the option, dude. Please, please. Look at the Rift colors, purple, by the way. All the Rift stuff's purple. It's interesting. Oh, there's the dude up top. I didn't see that guy. He's like, well, we're fucked. I mean, you're telling me that's... This must be instantaneous. They're like coming out of the teleportation ability. Because look at these guys. That one guy's not even reacting. He's still smoking a cigarette. That's crazy. Looks like they're guarding Area 51. I guess so. Could be. Yeah, probably. Look, there's the Tesla turrets. Steph Kopinski. Nice artwork. Very nice. Alright, here it is. Nice. Look at the artwork. And that's an Oniaru. Right there in the center. Oh, there's that artwork right there that we just saw. In harvesting the rifts, humanity will inevitably consume itself. I screwed it up. Death comes to the United States, clad in shadows. They're really leaning heavily on the purple color for the Rift Japanese stuff, it looks like. I commit myself to the path set before me. Victory in battle shall be the salvation that unshackles me from the manifest world. Whoa. Komura Tadaki. He's like he's like an anime character where he's saying all this like emo, edgy stuff. You know what I mean? I will be unshackled from the manifest world. And he's like flipping his hair to the side. It's like early iterations of the Japanese Rift tech were developed from knowledge shared by the Axis. I think we're gonna lean into that on tomorrow. I have a special idea for tomorrow's game, by the way. We're going to do Soviets versus the Japanese. What if they're raiding an Axis place for some rift technology? Let's be honest, that's how the Soviets are getting it, right? They're just stealing everything, probably. Gurkhas are plagued by both friends and foes risen from the death. Oh, so these the Japanese zombies right there. The opening of the rift is divinely ordained. It removes us from the obligations and alliance that has run its useful course. Now we will have the means to achieve final victory. Tadashi Toro. Kenpai Chusa, Gusa. Iwo Jima, June 1944. Alright, we're not gonna... I'm gonna leave a lot of this for you guys. I don't want to spoil everything. We're just gonna look at some of the cool art and some of the scenarios and stuff. There's a lot of really cool lore. Some cool... I'm gonna let you guys read that. I don't want to spoil it. All of the history and the lore. How the ghost battalions are coming about. Let's take a look at the map, though. So, British Commonwealth, New Guinea and Australia. Japan has half of New Guinea. Borneo, Sumatra, French Indochina, Thailand. They have half of China, by the way. White is Japan. Blue is the KMT. Oh, the KMT. Oh, and the CCP. They have the CCP, dude. Let's go, the PLA. Even though I hate communists, I do love the PLA. They're pretty cool. The old school PLA and their history. Because of that one YouTube channel. So we should do some PLA, KMT, like the US supporting the KMT, the Soviets with the PLA in China. And we have to do Japanese versus Chinese. Probably KMT with the US fighting against the Japanese. If you didn't know, the KMT are what? What does KMT stand for? They were the... There was a revolution in China and the communists, which ended up winning, obviously. They're still in power today, but the KMT was the US backed. I think they were like in power before. I forget. What does the KMT stand for the Chinese? I think that's like Taiwan and everything now. Was the KMT originally. They like had those chain of islands and stuff. So the KMT is like pretty big chunk of China on the western side, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because they have the Commonwealth and India and Burma. Though neutral states, it looks like Afghanistan and Tibet are neutral, which is very interesting. Tibet was neutral in World War II, weren't they, or something? Or wasn't the cult chasing bad guys, weren't they going to like Tibet and like looking for stuff? That being said, Afghanistan, nobody wants to go to Afghanistan. I mean, we didn't even learn the lesson in the 2000s. You're just going to get your ass kicked there. But Soviet's pretty big, obviously. Look at all the Soviet versus Japanese conflict areas that you can have, by the way. There's a big stretch of land where Soviet and Japanese areas border each other. United States. Okay, there is United States. All of like Fiji, Pelelau. Is that how you say that? Pelelu or whatever? I forgot how you say that. The Philippines as well. They have the Philippines. But part of the Philippines, man, you can't even see. Part of the Philippines. Oh, Taiwan was taken by Japan. Interesting. You're going to have a lot of British, maybe Gurkha battles here in like Burma and all that. I'm just trying to think of battle reports you could do off that. Oh, that looks sick. Yeah, people were worried that you're not going to, like, oh, what's the reason to use the assault frame infantry? Or the, with the new Shadow Warriors? I think the assault frame infantry is still really good. Their damage value is 6. 10 guys is 30 attacks. My Soviets are Siberians. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could do something up in the north. There's a lot of like Japanese Soviet stuff up in like really cold areas where it would make sense for your... There's all top secret stuff. Prelude. Okay, what I'm really curious is about the scenarios. Ooh, okay. I guess we look at this. Or there's a little glimpse if you want to. I'm not gonna look at everything. U.S. civilians! 3 civilians for 30 points regular, 21 inexperienced. Unit type, basic, infantry, 25 mil rifle, 6 and 12, damage value 3 or 4, 8 and 9. Additional civilians, no mixed quality. Oh my god, you can go Shriekers in green. Let's go. This is what I was talking about, dude. I need to give them shotguns. Additional civilians, you can have 5. So you're going up to an 8 civilian squad. Pistol, shotguns, SMGs. Oh, dude. Okay, well now I knew there was a reason to get those apocalypse sprues. Okay. You guys ready? Again, if you don't want spoilers, dip out. I am going to read the scenarios, okay? Because we are going to make videos on these. So let's see. You probably want... Did they say how many? Okay. Supply raid. This is the skirmish one. 300 points of Japanese. Only ghost attack squads and or shadow warriors. Platoon commanders not required. For this scenario, each individual Empire Japan model is deployed separately and treated as a separate unit within its own order and rift die. Holy shit, so you're going to be going with like, wait, how many ghosts can you get? What's a ghost squad? What are they, 1 something for 5? So you're going to have like 10 to 12 units and 10 to 12 order dice and rift dice for them? Or 2 rift dice if it's a Shibuya rifle. The United States force consists exclusively of civilians. Oh my god. Thank god I bought 6 sprues of civilians, dude. That's 60 civilians. I mean, an 8-man squad of civilians is, let's just say regular is 50 points. So it's 80 points for 8 regular civilians. So I guess, yeah, it's a good thing I bought more sprues. The United States is consistently at 300 points. Platoon commanders not required. You can only use civilians. Oh my god, this is going to be so cool, dude. But they're not deployed separate. They're deployed in their 3-man to 8-man squads, up to. Oh my god, this is so cool. I love this scenario already. It's played on a 4x4. Perfect. Desert basin. We have our desert map, battle mat. I'm not going to read everything, but there's essentially a main street with buildings. And the attacker deploys from the desert basin. And it looks like I deploy near the buildings, is what it looks like. Defender must split their forces as evenly as possible into 2 halves. 1 half must be deployed anywhere on the town's main street. This may be within buildings if the defending player wishes. The other half, if not deployed on the table at the start of the game, is left in reserve. Okay. Any of the attacker's units not deployed will be set up using Infiltrator as the special rule. So if you deploy, you have to be in your DZE. Otherwise, you get the Infiltrator. Wait, any of the attacking units not deployed will be set up using the Infiltrator special rule as part of the start of game setup. So how does that work then? The Empire Japan player is the attacker in this scenario. The attacker may nominate any number of units to deploy within the DMZ or DZE 6 inches. Any of the attacker's units not deployed will be set up using the Infiltrator special rule as part of the start of game setup. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. The main thing is we have a freaking civilian stat. Dude. Fuck yes. It might be in the scenario here and talking about it. Oh, the special rules. In the dead of night. I'm not going to read everything, but there's an alarm. There's something to do. It's nighttime. So to spot an enemy, a civilian unit must meet one of the following criteria. Oh. So the ghosts are sneaking around skirmish style, 1 by 1. You're activating them. And you have groups of civilians that have raised the, like, town alarm. And they're like, it's the Japanese! Grab your shotguns! And they're like looking around town. Oh, this is going to be so cool. And I think the Japanese are not trying to attack. I think you're trying to pick up supply crates. I bet you know what this is. I don't want to read anything. I'm guessing you know what it is. They're trying to get supplies. Yeah, they want food and water to reach probably Area 51. How cool is that? That is so cool. Again, I don't want to read everything. The type Oniaru lore and Komoru's lore. This is all for you guys to read and learn when you get your book. I tell you what, though, after Jerry's Journey, which I know everything's taken a while. I want to finish Jerry's Journey at some point, but we still have just gotten started. But I will say we have to do we'll pick maybe another game than Savage Worlds. Maybe we'll do Morkborg or something really crazy and hard. And we'll do it where there's like one ghost infiltration warrior. Or maybe he's with another couple guys. And they're trying to get to some objective for Invasion America. I think that'd be really cool. So, Shogoku. 2,000 points. Normal force selection. Except only units may be taken in any number of configurations are Ghost Platoon Commanders, Ghost Attack Squads, Shadow Warrior Squads, and the Oniara Walkers. The minimum requirements for the first Assault Platoon must consist of Ghost Platoon Commander and 2 Attack Squads. United States, 1,500 points. No named heroes. Only inexperienced regular units of any kind may be taken. Interesting. Oh, this is the one with the turrets. 6x4 board. And there's the turrets. If part of the force, Komuro Tadaki may not be part of the first wave. Yeah, the defensive outmost, you have 4. So we need 4. Oh no, there's 4 light autocannons. There's 2 defensive turrets. This one shows 3 turrets. Oh, I think there's just 3 in total. The 2 outermost turrets feature autocannons on a single mount. The centermost is the M77 dual Tesla cannon turret. Okay, so we need 3 of the defensive turrets for the scenario. I could always just make something if you just print the tops. I can just, the tops shouldn't be that hard, and I can just make a little base for them. They don't have to be perfect. But if you do want to print them up, I'd love it. So you got the turrets. We're not going to go into super everything, but it looks like, I'm assuming you guys have to, like, this doesn't, oh, this is Area 51. You guys have reached Area 51 in the second scenario. That's crazy. Okay. I don't want to go into everything, but I just wanted to look. Man, they got to have some better defenses for Area 51. I mean, we had better defenses in Washington State for that shitty little radar dish. But it looks like somebody's coming to help afterwards. Paragons in public eye. Oh, they made cards. Collectible cards for Paragons. Oh, hell yeah. Los Alamos Rift. Slammer Samuels. Look how badass that dude looks. Sheesh. Chat, what's your thoughts so far? I'm sure we got a bunch of people, just people hanging out lurking. What are you guys' thoughts so far? It's looking amazing. I'm trying not to spoil too much stuff, but also look through it. Oh, this is the one where there's Shrekwolfen. It's going to be hard. I'm not going to lie. A lot of these scenarios are really hard for, like, normal people to play. Unless you just proxy a bunch of stuff and you don't care. We're trying to do, like, a battle report. And we have all this stuff, luckily, but... So this is your one with Paragons, and there's Axis creatures that break out, I think, and attack. If I'm not wrong. 2,000 points, all the special guys. 2,000 points of US. You can have Slammer Samuels. The only named hero may be taken is Captain Harris, Slammer Samuels, the first Paragon, as either company... Is that his name? Captain Harris? Captain Harris, aka Slammer Samuels, I guess in quotes, yeah. His name's Captain Harris. I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to read the lore on him. Maybe that was in the first book. 6x4 terrain layout. This is like ruins of Area 51. And I think what happens is, yeah, there's this special table here where Axis monsters get released throughout the game, which is really cool. I'm thinking we should use this in some just other battle reports. You know what I mean? I was thinking about doing this tomorrow, honestly, but I don't know. Maybe we'll save it for the official thing. Oh, this looks sick. Look at the artwork, huh? Oh, man, look at that. I will say, I think the U.S. forces should maybe split. They're a little close. I think the Japanese, they have like pretty good spacing for the most part for the battlefield. Look at the U.S. side. And it's all like, it's like a freaking parking lot over there. It looks like Rev when he's playing the guard. You know, they used to have the parking lot guard stuff they used to do. Or wrong one. Don't applaud those damn parking lot strategies, all right? Dude, one artillery strike and you're one good mortar strike and that's going to cause some damage there. Don't be a spy's ally. Silence is security. Careless talk costs lives. Oh, this is some Stalin shit. Stalin's contingency. And we got some, like, people... The fifth columnists. What the? The columnists? This is some, like, propaganda shit. Intervention of the Special Service Force. Let me turn my mic down a little. I feel like I'm screaming in my ear. Oh, Captain Leo Benacci. Special Service Force. Here he is, folks. Harris is the first name? Oh, is that because it's, Here's the quote. It will be done. Look at his left arm. Look how jacked his left arm is. Yeah, so we're going to be using Arnold from Predator. Maybe I should put a beard on him. Should I put a beard on Arnold from Predator, that STL? Because that's who I'm going to use that as. To capture a ghost. Oh, shit. This is, I think there's a scenario where they're actually trying to capture a ghost squad. One platoon. So for the Japanese, you get 2,000 points. You can pick all the fancy stuff, the new stuff. Komoro Tadaki must be taken. Second to any eligible platoon as normal. No other named hero of the Empire of Japan may be taken. There's only one. Oh, that means we're getting more, huh? Because that means that they're putting that in there to apply for future Japanese heroes. I guarantee you that's what that means. You know what I mean? That's what they're referencing. For future games and stuff. US, 2,000 points. One platoon must consist solely of Captain Leo Benacci, Special Service Forces, and one Paragon squad. Oh, interesting. This platoon is specific to the scenario. It differs from normal platoon, building rules, yada, yada, yada. The only other named hero is Captain Harris Slammer Samuels, the first Paragon. Objective, destroying as many units as possible, in particular Tadaki. So it looks like, yeah, and the US must survive. So it's really they're just trying to wipe out the ghosts. It's a lot of this book is fighting in Area 51. This is all Area 51 stuff. So when they said it was going to be a zoomed in look, they're talking about very, very small timeline. Almost at Area 51. Raiding a U.S. town for supplies. Get to Area 51. Fight. And then the other scenarios are in Area 51. So this is like a really short timeline we're seeing. Within like a week or two or something. This book is based across. So that's what they meant when they were saying Festoon Europa spans a larger timeline and whatnot. Homefront America. Oh, we got some U.S. heavy infantry squads. Oh, this is sick. Look at this. They made a photo of Area 51 inside of it. And those are real miniatures, so that's just a bunch of supplies and a dude walking in a building. They took a really sick photo. That's so cool. That's like the scene for a TTRPG. Yo, Fox, what's going on, dude? I'll have to catch the replay. Mine only shipped yesterday, but won't be here till Thursday. Yeah, you never know. Rev was supposed to get this Monday. It showed up. So you never know, dude. Oh, okay. Check it out. We got new more as ghouls. Yo, what's going on, Damn Legion? Morning or afternoon here. How's it going? I keep popping all the bubble wrap by accident. So they just crossed the Bering Strait. The Moraz Ghoul are insusceptible to the frigid climate of the Bering Strait. Or I guess they're using them around there to land. I'm not going to read all the lore stuff. I'm going to leave this for a lot of you guys. No, they actually... Alaskan Ice Bridge. The book's amazing quality as always. Oh, it's the Soviet bloc officer is in here as well. Look at that. Oh, Svetlana Volkova and Nina. And we just saw their miniatures from the open day. From the people posting in the Discord. There they are. You got to get these, Rev. They look so cool, those miniatures. Chalk another up for the tally. Now let's get out of here. I need to wash the stench from my hands. Svetlana. U.S. troops newly arrived to Alaska to hunt down retreating Soviets. Yeah, get out of here. Damn communists. Only good communist is a dead one. Ill-equipped, but no less determined, the Soviet forces faced down American walkers encumbered by the Alaskan snow. I bet you it's going to be something to do with, like, fieldcraft and snow. How much you want to bet? Under a withering storm, after a month-long trek, the Yakutsk operational group has reached its primary objectives. The Marks Army Airfield. Dude, is this going to be the classic Soviet thing where they just send a bunch of dudes across the Bering Strait on foot? Probably the majority of them die, and then there's just a bunch of... like a small ragtag force of Soviets that make it to the United States just to like do one attack and run back and probably die. That's probably exactly what it is. I bet you that's exactly what it is. How much you want to bet? I'm not going to read it all, but I guarantee you there's just dudes walking across the ice. Soviet infantrymen carefully watching their footing on the shifting ice. Is it like they're fighting on ice? There's no way you'd put an airfield on ice, right? It has to be on land. There's no way. Oh my god, I love that. Okay, you guys, good luck. They gave them like a couple days worth of rations. They don't even have like shoes. They're wearing like fucking rags on their feet. Go make the motherland proud. Oh my god, there's just like Moraz Ghoul that are shooting their own dudes every time they're slowing down. Alright. Using the Soviet bloc army list, build a force of 1,000 points. The normal force selection rules apply. The minimum requirements for the first are 2 more Azgul squads, which you have 10, right? So you could always do 2 smaller ones or something. Rev. The only specialist infantry may be taken more Azgul Daughters of the Motherland. Check, check. We got those. No advanced infantry units. Get those. The Ursus infantry, they're too heavy to go through the ice, or to walk across the ice. Get them out of here. Okay? No vehicles may be taken, including transports. The only named hero may be Svetlana Volokova and Nina. Okay, so we need a proxy for Svetlana and Nina. We need 2 Soviet chicks sniping and 3D print them. I'll print those for you on my resin printer if we can find some good STLs. There's got to be some cool Soviet female snipers that we could use for that scenario. You know what? I'm gonna go through. I'm gonna write a list, everything we need. It really doesn't look like we actually need a lot. There is a plane we can just find. I'm sure we could print a plane, but it's a bunch of little small buildings and like ruins. We have all that stuff. You know what I mean? So we need like Tesla turrets. We need Russian snipers. We need like some sort of plane probably for this one for an runway. But we'll take our time filming them too, so we don't gotta rush. The United States get 1,500 points, but no named hero, no specialist infantry, only one walker. Okay. So you're pretty much just using what? Armored heavy infantry, rifle squads, and stuff like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the ice bridge hasn't existed for millennia, if not longer. I believe you're right. But you forgot about one thing, my friend. The rift. Of course, obviously they speculate people walked over to North America, what is it, 4,000 or 5,000 years ago or some crap or something? Or 10,000 years, whenever in the last ice age, and crossed. But obviously, the rift. Maybe the Soviets were like, they made rift-powered air conditioner units. And they turned them on and pointed them at the Bering Strait. So they just got a bunch of these rift-powered air conditioner units. And they're like, and we're too busy getting attacked by the Japanese in New Mexico. And next thing you know, they're like, quick, go, go, go. And then they run across the majority of the poor Soviet soldiers, all freeze to death and die as planned. And then the guys that were strong enough, and then the cool advanced infantry units and Svetlana, the badass chicks, they make it across. They're gonna pop, really just probably do some small damage to a small airbase, and then be like, all right, good job, comrades, we did it for the motherland. Classic Soviet stuff, you know what I'm talking about? I mean, the rift moved Hot Springs, New Mexico, so why not? Yeah, exactly. I will say, anytime I think about lore stuff and I'm like, how does that work? I just go rift, so I don't need to think about it. The rift gives and the rift takes. You know what I mean? 6x4, and it's a runway. Oh my god, it'd be so much fun. Dude, you know it'd be sick? I don't think it is, but imagine the Soviets were on ice, and I could shoot the ice and they all fall through it, like that, like with Napoleon. That one famous battle that happened on that lake. But it looks like it's, there's snipers, so you have, like, prepared snipers. Oh, instead of preparatory bombardment, you have a prepared snipers, thing. I remember. I think Mordian maybe talked about it. But that's pretty interesting. You're going to have sniper teams set up for a preparatory bombardment. Wait, so does that mean you have to have sniper teams? It doesn't say. I guess you use them as, like, maybe tokens? I'm not going to read all of it, because this is a lot of the fun is just looking at it. Or figuring it out. Oh, there's a spotting modifier. Spotting modifier table. Interesting. Oh, there's a storm, too. The rolling mist. Oh, it's the mist from the Moraz Ghoul that rolls in. Oh, that's so cool. That's probably what it is, and there's a modifier for viewing. I'm not going to read all of that, but that's what I'm surmising from this. That seems pretty cool. We need, like, a smoke machine. And this talks about snipers in the Soviet Union. Given no quarter, the beleaguered Soviets fight off more U.S. reinforcements. Sheesh. There it is, and these are the new Moraz Ghouls that I think were the failed resin ones, but these are going to be the plastic ones we're going to be getting at some point. Which I must admit, they look badass. They're also using the bullpup AKs, which the hero has, the Soviet bloc hero from the open day today. They have the same exact bullpup style AKs. I don't know what gun that is, but it's like some weird Groza looking thing. Very cool. They look great. They have like ice crystals coming out of their out of their arms. You don't need artillery for preparatory bombardment. You just need some snipers. Oh, the waning rifts. Roberta Rogue? Okay. This might. I don't want to spoil anything. What's going on here? Something about Roberta Wells escaping her captors? Whoa. Okay. We're going to save that for you guys. There's some really cool stuff in this book, dude. Not going to lie. I'm very excited. The scenarios, I will say, they look fairly simple. I don't think they're going to be a pain in the ass for us to film either, by the way. I think they're going to be pretty straightforward. We need some Tesla turrets. We need a plane. You know, we need those. We have some basic American buildings and all that. We'll do that town in that desert town. You know what? That's actually perfect. The general store stuff that you printed for me, by the way. That's going to be perfect. Not just cooling the earth, but cold enough to start another ice age and create another bridge. That's a bit of a stretch of the imagination for the rifts, but rift it is. And look, there's probably, if I read it, there's probably something to it. There's probably a reasoning for it. And it might not just be the rift. It might be something to do, maybe weather changes have happened in the US or in the world in general because of the rift and because of the nuclear explosions and stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's something going on with our weather patterns that are weird. There could be something going on, you know? Did rifts cause a new ice age, or did a new ice age cause a rift? True. Who knows? Maybe we bombed all of our industrial age back into the Stone Age, and now it's reverting the effects of mankind at the time. Just getting home, and I ended up snagging one of those books with the sprues. Nothing more than to show some love. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, you got the War Game? I got it right here. You got the War Games Illustrated magazine with some sprues. Did you get the one with the token core? You gonna start yourself a conflict army or what? We got to convince you at some point as a Warhammer player. I know they have another they had another issue that had like Zulu or some sort of like Indian epic scale miniatures. Nice, dude. They're awesome. Yeah, I got the sprue. Where is it? It's somewhere around here. I put 4 together for one of the new... I'm thinking we got to have Token Core show up in Jerry's Adventure at some point. You know what I mean? For sure. Okay. What do we think, chat? What are we giving Invasion America? Let's give it out of 10. Everyone get your results ready. I'll give you mine. Because 10 out of 10 is literally you cannot get better. You know what I mean? Or like peak all time. So I'm trying to think, what's my rating here? It's going to be high, I'm going to say. The scenarios are nice, simple, easy. It's a short timeline. It's easy to digest. It's going to be nice to play. It might be tricky for the everyday Joe, though. Like, if you don't have Axis units, you don't have this and that, you don't have stuff for FDM printers for Tesla turrets, but you can always just proxy stuff. Stick a couple wine bottles on the table. That's your Tesla turrets. You know what I mean? I might, probably not, just on the premise. No one else will play, but I might do it, burn to Nova Adepticon. Well, at least you got some cool zombies. You can always use zombies for something. Don't know yet? Gotta read it? Well, just from the same glimpse that we've had together, experiencing it for the first time, I'm gonna give it... I mean, dude, even 9 out of 10 is really high. I'm gonna give it like an 8.5, maybe even 9 out of 10. Just because the new miniatures... This combines all of it. Invasion America release. The new sprues, the new miniatures, everything. I think it's like, damn, dude. New slammers, new ghosts, shadow orders, Oniara walkers, the lore, coming through North America. We're going to be fighting in Area 51. You giving it a 7.5? I'll stick with my 8.5. I think 9 is a little generous, because 9 is like, crazy good, too. 10 is like, you're going to have a heart attack, right? A 6, I was super hyped for it, but some of the details were a letdown. Really? What let you down? I'm super pumped. The new units look sick. The new models are great. And the missions were cool. You know what I mean? I think the lore is cool, too. I think, don't let me do injustice to the lore, by the way. Like, oh, no, the ice cap froze over or something. I'm sure in the book they probably explain it very nicely and eloquently. We were just kind of looking real quick. $13 to support and get some unique models to paint a unique style. Yeah, exactly. You don't get to do World War II-esque style stuff very often. But 7.5, that's solid. That's solid. What were you let down by, Sean? I I mean, I'm absolutely blown away with the minis in general. I love them. I want to do Shadow Warrior so bad in Ghost in Blood Angels colors, black, red, maybe some gold, maybe a little bit of white here and there for some symbols and stuff. I want Komoro Tadaki, 2 Oniara Walkers, and that's like it. Run all Shadow Warriors except for the 2 Ghost Squads you have to take. 2 5-mans. Right? Because there's 2 you have to have 2 Ghost Squads. And then you can take 3 Shadow Warrior squads. So I think you can actually build it to have 3 Shadow Warrior squads and 2 Ghost Squads with the box. The BBC has Paragons. Maybe so the art for the Paragons you didn't like. Hot Springs being in the wrong place. Women's Army Corps suddenly being a combat force. What do you mean by Women's Army Corps? You mean by like the civilians or something? Because I don't think they specifically mention anything, unless you're talking about the Soviets, but they always had that, right? I'm let down by limited Pacific Theater information on Anzac. I know, that's probably going to be, I'm assuming, another campaign or something, right? Because, what do you call it? I bet you in the next, I don't know if the next book will just be all Soviet, but I think they're clearly going to have to talk about the Middle East. They're going to have to talk about, you have to read it? Oh, okay, gotcha. They're gonna have to talk about the Middle East. They're gonna have to talk about like India and China as much and stuff. They did talk about it some there, but I don't think it was a lot. So I agree though. I do wish that we had more information on what the hell's going on, you know, with New Guinea over there and the Australians and all that jazz for sure. But I bet you that's going to be future stuff. They said this was going to be a smaller book in general. Like a small timeline. I was surprised at actually how small it is. That's one of the things. I kind of wish it was a little bit larger. I figured it would feature mostly in this mission into America, the United States, to do this thing, because that's what they talked about. So there might be more information talking about stuff like that, but like the Gurkhas and all that, you know, fighting in Burma or whatever. But I was surprised. It is a very, 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 very short timeline. Not that I necessarily hate that. I think it's gonna be fun for videos to do those scenarios. Because let's be honest, this book, what do you need this book for? You don't. The army rules are free. You buy the models, and you can just play. It's more so if you want to learn about the lore, right, or the thing. So it just happens that this one happens to be a much smaller scale in terms of like its focus, as opposed to Festoon Europa, which we really got a lot of like more broader information to learn about what's going on in the European theater. But I can agree with some of those points for sure. You know what I mean? It would be great. Yeah, where's the Emu Riders from Australia? I'm really hoping that will be a separate thing, right? Obviously, I think the Soviets are going to be next, right? But who's to say it can't be talking half about Soviets, half about Middle East, or about, you know, Australia and all that stuff. So, but yeah, you would think that, you know, would it have been better if they made this book less condensed in terms of the timeline and they did it more like Festoon Europa, where it was talking about all of Southeast Asia, all of the Japanese across the entirety of their campaign? Would you guys have liked that more? I will say, no matter what, I'm still super psyched on it. I'm super stoked. Don't let this bum you out either, because this is still great. But would you guys have liked it better if it was that? That's kind of what I'm getting from some of you guys. Which, there's nothing wrong with that. I think we could all agree we want more lore, you know? Oh, the British are next, I believe, after the Open Day Seminar. Really, Leslie? Okay. So, if that's true, if the British are the next expansion, or the next release, there's all of your Australian, your Gurkhas, your Anzacs, all of that. Right? I feel like then you're good to go. So, you're still conflict curious? So it's going to take some emus, huh? It's going to take the emus. So there you go. There's the Commonwealth. The Commonwealth isn't... What's the deal with Canada? We talked about this before. Is Canada technically under the Commonwealth in World War II, or were they their own country? I don't know crap about Canada. Other than they were working with the French or something at some point, right? USA! Or they're fighting the French? I don't know what the hell's going on. They were a French colony originally, right? But were they part of the Commonwealth in World War II or something? I always forget. You see, they have Canadian forces for bolt action and all that because they played a big part. Canadian is... So they were Commonwealth. Okay, they were Commonwealth. Okay. I always forget about that. I don't know. I think from that one art piece, some sort of mass robot awakening in maybe next. I don't remember what art piece that was. I would look through the whole book, but... Some sort of mass robot awakening is maybe next. So I mean that makes sense, right? For Commonwealth, we saw right from the Warlord Day, we saw all those crazy the new British plastic stuff, like the automated carrier and stuff. You know what I mean? It is the very last art piece, is it? But wasn't that a Soviet? That was the Soviet thing, wasn't it? You talking about Are you talking about the art piece that we have right here? That's what this is. Or are you talking about not the back cover piece? This is Japanese. Oh, fuck, I didn't see it. Hold the phone. Yo, no wonder why, bro. We gotta start doing something. These Brits are getting too strong, bro. I might need to start dropping a bomb on Great Britain. What the hell are they doing over here? Down with the clankers. Meanwhile, my table's full of British bots that I just put together, and it's my army. If it can happen to one, it can happen to more. Oh, shit, there's Birdie, dude. Professor D.W. Manningham White. War Officer Experimental Division. Oh, my God. Okay, wait. So they're talking about... Isn't Birdie have slight, like, sentience or something? He, like, kind of does his own stuff. The bloody cannas. Canadian pilots, like, Great Uncle flew in the RAF. No, I know Canada had they had some really bloody battles in World War II. And they also, I believe, the Canadians played a big part, just like Australians as well, in Korea and stuff like that. That's why I got nothing but respect for him. Even in, like, in Iraq and Afghanistan, Canada helped us out a lot. Yeah, Birdie woke up. So they're starting a bot. Yeah, you need a Will Smith mini now, dude. So what I do is I play my US, or you play the US versus my British bots or whatever. We'll do a US versus British thing because the US are like, the Brits are like, help us, they're gaining sentience. And they're like murdering the bots are taking over. You know what I mean? And B for Birdie's there. And I'm going to have Will Smith as iRobot fighting as my platoon commander is what you're saying. So those look like, obviously, the Hunter drones. Or maybe these look like the new big automated carriers that were on the Warlord Open Day. Because they have these like dual turret guns. They're much larger than the Mark 1. They're the Mark 2 automated platforms. That's what that looks like. In the RAF, not the RACF. Ah. If it can happen to a Mark 1, then when it happens to a Mark 2, what happens when a Mark 2 wakes up? Yeah, right? They probably have like Intel 7 processors instead of Intel 5s, i5s. So they got even better processing power. Yep, we're in trouble. The bots are waking up, dude. Uh-oh. It's not good. I mean, it might be good, but it could also be very bad. On the other hand, right? You know me, I hate AI. I hate robots. They're gonna take our jobs. What do you call it? All right, that's sick. Yeah, they teased the Invasion America in the last one, right? In the last book, so that makes sense. What if an automated walker wakes up and decides he's taking the boys to Afghanistan for the bot who would be Kane? Ah. So I need to print a bunch of for the next release a bunch of wait, Afghanistan's neutral. When the wait, wasn't Afghanistan still a colony of? Wasn't Afghanistan a colony of Britain during World War II? Or am I tripping? Wasn't it? And then it fell into, at some point, into communist favor and power. I'm trying to remember now. Do you not like Six Fingers? No, unfortunately not. God, it still creeps me out, like AI commercials on you, and it's so like it's getting harder and harder to tell, but you can just tell it's not a person. There's something so weird and like uncanny about it. It freaks me out. I wonder if the French are still going into Vietnam. Oh yeah, true, right? Or if the Korean War happens. Well, all of that, a lot of that had to do with Russia and the spread of communism and stuff, and also China, but with Japan now being in China, I think they're in Korea or something. I don't think the Korean War is going to happen the way it did. Let's just say that. Because that all had to do with Soviet backing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't see how that's going to... Because if unless the Japanese completely get pushed back. Because, I mean, they had half of Eastern China. Almost the entirety of Eastern China is in Japanese control. So Korea is not going to be a Korean War between the northern, communist Koreans and the Chinese backing them and the Soviets or whatever. But Vietnam, the French, like Don Bay Phu or whatever, that one battle where the French built that freaking giant base in the middle of some open area, and the Viet Cong just absolutely hammered it over and over again. That was before the Americans, before we went in there, and that whole clusterfuck of a war. The French were in there getting their... Dude, the French Foreign Legion that was in Vietnam at the time was crazy, too. You gotta... I'm telling you, if you guys... I'll share this channel again. If you're interested in real-world history, check out this freaking channel, dude. Type 63... Wasn't it? Is this guy's channel? Or type 56? This guy right here. The story of China's army. Type 56. This guy talks all about all this stuff. He's a professor in California. At first I was like, is this guy some sort of damn communist? But he's just a really good professor. That being said, I didn't know anything about the French war in Vietnam. I knew it had happened before our Vietnam War, but I didn't know much about it. And he talks a lot about, it's Dien Bien Phu, I think it's called. I gotta watch out. There's like some crazy thumbnails of people getting shot in the head. Here we go. Dien Bien Phu, or Dien Bien Phu, or whatever. He's got like an 8-part series talking about it. This guy right here, this thumbnail, this is like the most badass dude in Vietnam of all time. This is some, this is the French Foreign Legion, like, commander or something. Crazy, crazy dude. But the French Foreign Legion in Vietnam back then was like the Wild Wild West. And it was all voluntary. So you had to be crazy enough to be from mainland France to sign up and go fight in Vietnam or be a colony soldier. So they actually were really they were really good soldiers too, because they were not just like conscripted dudes or something. The Fat Electrician is awesome for American heroes. Oh yeah, I know the Fat Electrician. He's part of, he does stuff with Brendan Herrera and all them, right? And Donut Operator, don't they do a podcast? I think that's who you're talking about, right? During World War II, the Kingdom of Afghanistan maintained a strict official policy of complete neutrality. I can't even say it. We'll just say they're neutral. I don't know why I can't talk right now. Refusing to join either Allied or Axis power. Okay, so but wasn't Afghanistan a colony of Great Britain at some point during their peak, and then they got kicked out? and then you're saying, I guess, Afghanistan was a independent country, or was it after World War II we went to Afghanistan, or the Brits went to Afghanistan, and then at some point Soviets put their own dude in power, and then the Taliban or the Mujahideen overthrew it and all that, and we helped them. That was the Soviet war. Then we were like, hey, no, we gave you guys all those missiles. No, not good. And then we went in there, all that. They're all still volunteers? Well, that's what I mean, right? The French Foreign Legion still... Well, didn't they have a thing where... they'll, like, take dudes... They'll, like, allow people from, like, jails or prison sentences to serve it for Foreign Legion? Like, some crazy shit. I remember watching something with them on it, but maybe I'm wrong. But it is people from, like, all over the... Oh, no, No, I'm an idiot. I don't know why I said that. It's people from all over the world. Anyone can sign up to the French Foreign Legion. Anyone, you can just go sign up. Whatever country you're from, it doesn't matter. That's what the French Foreign Legion is. So that's why you just get you get people from all over the world. You get people that maybe do have some shady histories in past, is what I've watched, like, documentaries on. But they'll go and they'll just take it. They'll be like, yeah, sure, you want to go? All right, cool. And they're hard as hell. Like, they beat the shit out of you too. Probably they run you through the ringer. It's like the Marines, you know. They probably break you down and build you up again for sure. I remember watching stuff on their training. It did not look fun. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. The Korean War was caused by the Japanese surrender. Interesting. Well, I know it was part of, right? One of the whole things was, so what with the Korean War, was it the communists from the north invaded the south? Is that right? And then we were supporting the South Democratic government, and the North was communist, or was it a civil war? Was it a Korean Civil War? I think that's what happened, right? And then it became kind of like stalemated, or was the whole DMZ thing and all that after? I'm not 100% familiar with the Korean War. I know the Chinese were able to, from mainland China, pack mule on foot thousands of people and support all the Koreans. In Djibouti. Oh, God. I considered it as a teenager in 20s. I know, so did I. I thought I wanted to go to the military because 9/11 and all that. I saw the Twin Towers go down as a kid, and I was like, fuck those guys. But then as we got older and we learned about, really there were no weapons of mass destruction, first off. And also that most of the warfare was getting blown up in vehicles and IEDs. By the time I got to be 18, I was like, maybe this isn't the best choice. But when I was a kid, I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, baby. I'm just send me to Afghanistan. I'll go kill some terrorists or something, you know? And then you get a little bit older, and you also see kind of, we saw through some of the facade of what the U.S. government was talking about, so. And then that was kind of a disaster for us. But, also, the main thing that really stopped me, because I feel like it would be fun. It's probably a great life-building exercise, and just going and joining the military, even for a couple of years, and it probably just makes you a hell of a man, too. And just teaches you you get a bunch of experience. I don't know about going to war. I don't think going to war is fun at all. Maybe when I was younger, I thought it was. Now that I'm older, especially nowadays, you do not want to go to war. Fuck that. But, I'm sure it's probably a lot of fun. It probably sucks being in the military, but it probably is a lot of fun too, especially when you're young. But the main thing was my back. I don't think I could have even... There's no way I could have rocked or, carried 100 pounds on my back for like 24 hours or whatever, join the army or something. Basic training, whatever crap. I would have fucked my back up. They would have been like, yeah, you're kicked out, bro. You can't be with us. Because I would literally... What if I throw my back out in the middle of a firefight? I would be like a liability for the entire squad. So there was like a glimpse. I was like, yeah, I want to do it. And then I got older and I was like, dude, I threw my back out when I'm 19 picking up like a laundry basket. I can't join the military, dude. You know what I mean? So, all right. What time is it? 7:03. We got some more time to stream. Maybe we'll take a quick little break here. I'm just going to go and run and grab a drink. I want to build the U.S. power armor dude. We might even build Slammer Samuels because he's pretty quick. But I think we'll at least build the power armor dude. And let me put the rule book and the art back in the bubble wrap for Rev. I should probably put the art in something separate because it did get banged up with the book a little bit on the edges. You know what? I'm gonna put this in a folder. That's gonna be way better. Because I'm probably gonna read the book. I don't want that thing to get damaged. It's a nice piece of artwork. I enjoyed most of it. Garrison life after Iraq was lame. Couldn't do it anymore. Yeah, I'm assuming if I was young enough and in good enough shape, it'd probably be a hell of a lot of fun. Just going out there, you know, and like, you know, all of the normal process, getting your ass kicked in training, but then you're like, end up being brothers with all these dudes, and you're out there, you know, fucking in the woods, you know, and like doing training, shooting guns, and it's a good old time, you know, drinking beer on your off time or something. But again, then I got older, and I was like, I like knew people's older brothers who like went to Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff, and it was like, yeah, it's not fun, not cool. So when you're a kid, it seems badass, and then you get older, and you're like, oh man, war's probably not fun, believe it or not. I know we're here playing with our miniatures and stuff, but if you were actually in the real world of Conflict 47, you would not think it was badass. You would be fucking like, you would be like, this shit sucks. Like Jerry, the basic infantryman. Imagine you're sitting there, you're in a foxhole, and you hear the sound of, like, you probably don't even hear them, but just you hear a dude die next to you as a Shrek wolf and just rips his head off, and you're like, well, yep, I expected that to happen. I guess now's my time. He flunked out of basic for injuries in 97, probably dodged a bullet. Let's see, 97, oof, yeah. You were a couple years away from 2001 for sure. Uh-huh. And you're from New Zealand, right, Damn Legion? And we had New Zealanders, Australians, there were Polish soldiers. Oh God, where there were a ton of NATO troops and other countries that there was like the Coalition of the Willing, I think it was called, wasn't it? Some dumbass George W. bullshit. Or be like Ace Thundercock. That's right. I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't do the Ace Thundercock because I knew somebody's watching with their 2-year-old son, and they're all excited about Jerry's journey. But I at least, you kind of got the idea with the chicken noise. I might need to drop a hard Thundercock. We'll see. Ace is in trouble, but we're gonna find out. It's gonna be cool, whatever happens. They're gonna try and save him, I think. I think is what's gonna happen. They can't just let, you know, Ace Thundercock, famed linebacker, all-star. They got baseball cards after him. You went in firefighting and medical training as well. I was generally going to join the fire department. My dad was going to back in the day because we were Boy Scouts, or I was Boy Scouts, and our Boy Scout troop leader was the chief, the fire chief. So, what do you call it? They were trying to get my dad to become a firefighter, and they're like, dude, it's so easy. You come hang out, we play pool, we eat hot dogs, and we drink beer. That's what being a firefighter is. And every once in a while, you got to go fight a fire, but it's really easy. That's what they were trying to get my dad to be. That's what they told him. So apparently my local fire department is really badass, by the way. They have a really good time over there. But even when I was older, I was like, you know, maybe I'll join, because I knew a lot of people in the fire department in this town. And I was like, yeah, that'd be sick. But you know what? I will say this. New York legalized cannabis. I smoke a lot. Okay? And I don't know if they necessarily like you doing that. And you need to be on call 24/7 at times. So you can't be puffing it up cheapa cheapa. You know what I mean? So if they allowed me to, and I showed them, listen, dude, I'll smoke an ounce. I'll smoke an ounce. Give me the hose. Give me a test. I bet you I could do it. No problem. Easy. Because the ounce isn't going to be the difference. It's going to be whether or not I can actually do it. You know what I mean? My tolerance is so high, it doesn't matter. But something tells me the limiting factor would be, again, my back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think I could... like, I've lifted up those fire hoses before. Remember, like, they used to come to schools back in the day, and they'd be like, here you go. All that shit's super heavy and all that. So I'd be like, I'd like throw my back out, and they're like, get out of here, Mike. Get out of here. Bozo. Firefighters love that smoke. Yeah, I know, but I'm sure, I don't know. I'm not old blood in the town. I'm sure if I was old blood, it wouldn't matter, but I'd probably have to prove myself or something. I live in a small town, so if you're like part of a family that's been here forever, then you're good to go, dude. You could probably do anything you want. But I'm young blood. People are like, "Oh, you're Jimmy Wallace's son." I'm like, "No, I'm not." They're like, "Oh, you look like it." I'm like, "Nope. My mom's from California. My dad's from Turkey. You guys don't know me." But apparently I fit the vibe. Because every time it's like I'm talking to a cop, I'm talking to a DEC, I'm talking to anybody, firefighter. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're what's his name's kid, aren't you?" They're like, "Come on, why don't you become a firefighter?" But no, I'm like, "Nope, sorry, I'm not." I did love a volunteer firefighter for 4 months, very small town. It's hard. Dude, it's not easy. And you literally are generally putting yourself in danger to go into a burning house at times and stuff and try and save people. I have nothing but admiration for firefighters, EMT, police officers, military people. Don't worry, if you throw your back out, we get the axe. Thank God I didn't join, first off, okay? Alright, we're going to take a quick little break. I'm going to run and grab a drink. We're going to build a couple models after this, and we'll keep on keeping on, alright, chat? We'll stream a little bit longer, because it's a Saturday. We're kind of chilling. We're hanging out, and I'm excited to put together some new miniatures here. Now, first off, I didn't get a ton of praises from you guys. Okay, I showed you guys my British guys. It was early in the stream, but check it out. You guys like my British platoon commanders? What do you think? I still have to do some finishing work to it, but I did a bunch of like highlight work. So I got to see which one's gonna be my main platoon commander, which one's the additional soldier. But there's my British platoon commanders. Oh shit! Oh, thank God they're metal. Then we got handlers, two Cerebus squads. We got our Mark II Brits right here, the Mark IIs, 2 squads of Mark Is. We got B for Birdie, and then we have, which are these epic miniatures? I really need to ask. I need to ask Rev, but these are official STLs that they sell, not for Conflict, but it's not like a ripoff. Somebody made this, and I think it just ends up looking really good like a Jackal. But Guardian proxies, or Coyote proxies, and then a Mudskipper proxy from Kaishiniku. And last but not least, we have the British Galahad infantry, but these are the older boxes. It is epic miniatures, okay. I'm going to make a video talking about... Because people, and I have no issues, like, and Rev does it, we use the AI stuff at times, but I'd rather support a real STL maker that does something unique, that works for Conflict, but it's a unique design, and support a creator. So, like, Kaishiniku, Epic Miniatures, for Terrain, Patrick Miniatures. I'm going to make a video covering some of my favorite STL makers for Conflict, for both units, and for Terrain as well. So... But that right there is our whole British army. I got them all airbrushed. I have to paint B for Birdie. Are those Monty Python nuns? No, these are the special... There's 4 miniatures that come in the set. These are special bolt action characters. Just like the Helga Wunderpump and her Schreckwolfen. And just like the Vampire Axis dude and all that. What else? Was there another one? I'm trying to think. There might be another one. But these were like special edition, like bolt action metal miniatures. They have them on the website still. I think it's called Operation Sea Lion or some shit, something like that. It was some mission where they went and tried to save, I think, POWs, and they dressed up as nuns, these British officers or these British commandos. I'm pretty certain it was a real thing where the British, or it might have been a movie, but I'm pretty certain it was a real thing. Where they like actually dressed up as nuns and like tried to help or give a message or something to POWs, I want to say. Oh, did you know Morty and Glory has his own character featured in the book Timothy V? Something, a Russian general, he gets a quote. Is this a meme or is this some sort of meme thing? I have no idea what that is, but... I'm looking for a local 3D printer person who can print out Bob Semple's and the Schofield tanks for New Zealand. I'm sure somebody will help you out. Even if you just throw somebody a couple bucks, be like, yo, can you print, you got an FDM printer, right? Can you print me a couple tanks? You know what I mean? You could buy, here, I'll buy you a spool of resin, or a spool of filament for it. No, he's actually in the book as some Russian general. Featured in book Timothy V. Is that like a fictional book somebody wrote and they actually put Morty and Glory, or is it like a Warhammer thing where it's the Mortian guy from Warhammer? Or did somebody recently write a book and we're like, I love Morty and Glory, I'm gonna put him in a book? Jeez, the White Claw just spit at me. Just spit back at me. Unbelievable. No, in the Invasion America book, Timothy V. Something a Russian general. He gets a quote. Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Well, I'd look through it, but I put it away. I did not know that. All right, chat. We're gonna take a quick little break. When I get back, we're gonna put these together, right? And then we're gonna wrap it up. I gotta eat some food. I need to edit. Let's do a sound check. What the fuck was that? I know some of you were wearing headphones. You guys had to have heard it. There was like some crazy static or interference. I can hear crickets right now in the back. My mic's pretty sensitive. It's not doing it now, thank God. I thought I was going to have to replace the whole cable. I got to record audio for my fly time video later. Warlord did it as a thank you. I think it's rift and interference. Gotcha. Very nice. Well, I'm sure the Monday Morty and Glory stream is going to be lit because now he gets to talk and look at everything, right? So I'm sure it's going to be fun. If he's not streaming already, probably no. All right. We're going to take a quick break, chat. If you've been sitting around for a little bit, stretch your legs. Damn, we've already been streaming for 3 hours already. I'm just going to run grab a drink real quick, and then we'll put some minis together. So appreciate you folks hanging out. All right. I'll be back in a second, chat. Appreciate it. Chat amongst yourselves. Alright, we're back. Let's build some miniatures. Let's build some minis, shall we? I will say, God, I'm starving. Oh, I just realized my scraper's downstairs. Well, I could probably put it together and just scrape it after or something. I guess. Let's take a look. Hopefully there's not a lot of mold lines on this sucker. I could run downstairs and grab it, I guess. My little razor blade tool. I probably am going to have to. Oh, he's got a chonky boy. Oh. I should probably go grab my tool. We're going to have to clean this guy up slightly. He's got some little cast marks and whatnot. Alright, one sec. Alright. A little scraper tool. Busted a riff, nearly broke the toilet. So stupid. Alright. Let's take a look. Really no... Actually, there's really not any mold lines. It's just like there's little... the areas where the cast is. Or the connection point. I did try to break off this little connection point and it chipped a little bit of shoulder pad off, but whatever. It's battle damage. Yeah, there really isn't any mold lines. These are like high quality resin pieces, I will say. This is just a connection point they cleaned up. I'm going to clean it a little better. I've had some of the resin stuff have some mold lines. This just has those like little tags where the mold is. You know what I'm talking about? Not like full on mold. Well, there's a little mold line right here we can clean up. That might be actually part of the gun. Is there another connection point area somewhere I need to clean or no? Or maybe on the tip of the gun. I bet you could drill this resin. You just need to not break it is all. My 4-year-old got into my EOJ today, and now they are battle damaged. Oh no, Metal Mind. Well, at least you're thinking of it rationally, you know? Or thinking of it the right way. You could say they were part of the Invasion America crew, and they had to fight their way across New Mexico against all the civilians with shotguns and stuff, and they're all battle scarred, and their armor's all worn from the desert. You just say they're like a highly elite group, and that's why they have all the battle worn stuff, because they're cool. But hopefully it wasn't too battle worn. I was gonna say that's a mold line, but that's part of the armor. There's like no mold lines on here. He's got a cool little optic. Yeah, this is a really high quality resin print. Yeah, hopefully it wasn't too bad. I'm sure that's got to be tough. I don't have kids, but I bet you having miniatures with kids is probably got to be tough. You probably got to give them like their own miniatures just so they don't destroy yours. Because if I was like a little kid, I'd be wanting to play with these things all day. I'd definitely break them. Lost a couple banner flags and busted a couple swords. You can glue them back. Hopefully. But again, sorry to hear that. But again, they are the veteran Japanese troops. The best of the best. That's why they're all beat up. Because they've made it this far. Oh. So you do need to use super glue for resin, by the way. Somebody was asking. Your plastic glue will not work for this, really. And he's got a big old LMG, it looks like the rest of the... I mean, is this an LMG? It looks larger than an LMG, almost. almost has like a Tesla attachment. It's strange. I don't know what he is using. I'm assuming it's an LMG. That's what the U.S. heavy infantry have. At least my kids are interested. Yeah, exactly. As long as you are understanding, obviously, because I'm sure it's just part of having kids. It's probably got to be tough for a 4-year-old not to want to put their hands all over your miniatures, because who wouldn't want to play with all these cool miniatures, you know, as a kid or something. Put the power armor, dude. Just double check something, sorry. Oh shit, we're getting more Sean lore. I'm not going to show you guys, but Sean sends me randomly every once in a while Fez picks and Sean lore. We're getting more Squig Herder Sean lore. Fantastic. Oops. My granddaughters are both interested in the miniatures, and they're 6 and 3, but they prefer 40k over bolt action. Well, it's probably because they're all like... 40k miniatures are certainly above and beyond the norm. So they're like fantastical in certain ways and kind of goofy, which they have their own you know, appeal to them and charm. 40k minis, especially older ones. If you have any older ones, I like old 40k minis when they're all a little short and goofy looking back in the day. K47 is cheap enough. I don't mind replacing minis every once in a while. I don't work on Eldari while they're awake. Hell yeah, I bet. Yeah, the Eldari, they're probably extremely delicate. Yeah, I bet. Like just an intercessor alone is somewhat delicate, but I mean they're pretty durable. But Eldari or like maybe like certain Necron, right, or something, you gotta watch out for. 40k color from Bright? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, at least you have a good excuse. You could say, hey, honey, I have to buy more K47 because unfortunately, you know, our beautiful son or child got into them and destroyed some. So I'll probably have to just get a couple, but it's just really out of necessity, you know. Maybe another 50 Ghost Warriors or something. I don't know. Just like, you know, a reasonable amount. Just a box. Nothing crazy. Alright, we're putting together freaking Slammer Samuels. Let's do it. That guy went together quick. Let's go with Slammers. Let's grab the paper too. Let's see. It's going to be slightly offset angle, but whatever. Zoom it in a little so at least you guys can see what the hell I'm doing. Let's cut the base. Shout out to Rev for picking this stuff up. Tomorrow we're playing a game, so he's going to come grab the Ghost Warriors and all that, his free sprue and all that jazz. And we're going to film a game of Soviets versus Japanese. Now I kind of want to play the Japanese, dude. I kind of want to play the Japanese. But I'm going to let Rev play it because it's his main army. I'm going to do Soviets, so I put together a list. Let me know what you think, chat. We got 3 Air Assist Infantry. Because I've never played with the bears. You got to have a couple bears. But just 3. Tasteful. Tasteful. Nothing garish. 3 Air Assist Infantry. I believe 10 Daughters of the Motherland with 2 Zuki projectors, or the automats. I want to say 8 more Asghouls with SMGs. What's the other Soviet units? Isn't there another cool Soviet unit I'm missing? I have the list. Let me look at the list. This is what I'm going to play tomorrow. I've never played Soviets. I haven't played Soviets and I haven't played Japanese. This will be my first time playing them. Dude, is anyone else getting this? I can't use the app. And it won't let me download a new version. It only let me use the app on the website. I might need to actually print it out. I'm going to have to print it out before tomorrow. It's not letting me use it. And I can't update it, like on the Google App Store and all that jazz. Whatever. Mallet Walker. No, Kazakh Walker, I want to say. Or maybe a Mallet. And then I have like a Zukioev tank. And there's just like a Heroes of the Motherland infantry squad, veteran, and an inexperienced squad. Pretty simple. I absolutely love Warlord Games single piece metal miniatures. Clean up a little flash, file my own mold lines, and stick to the base so easy and fun. I know. These dogs were a little tricky. There's some areas where they were two-piece bodies, and like the areas where the hips meet the dog, there was like kind of a gap. But dude, a lot of the metal miniatures are so simple. And a little cleanup of some like flash or whatever, and you're good to go. You know, I love the metal miniatures, and I've never put together or played with metal miniatures, and there's something so satisfying is the right word I'm trying to think of like picking up a metal miniature from the table, and also putting it down on the table like this. There's something when you pick it up and it has weight to it. There's something satisfying about it. I don't know. I can't explain what it is. After never playing with metal miniatures for the entirety of my miniature gaming career for the past couple years, whatever the hell it's been. 3-4 years or something. I don't know. It was pretty much like a little bit before Warhammer 10th edition came out. We started messing around with minis. Something satisfying about it. Oh, like restart the phone? No, my phone shut down. My phone ran out of battery, and and it powered up, and it's still doing it. So I don't know what it is. It's like the Google Play Store won't update. There's no update. It works for you though. Interesting. Maybe I need to log off of Google on that or something. I don't know how to do that though. It won't let me. Dogs, you say? I'm looking to add German MP squad for my army, and it can take guard dogs. They're really good, even in bolt action, I believe, because it stops people from... there's infiltrator in bolt action, right? There's something to do with the dog's help. And I know the military police, don't they, they help you with driving onto the board or advancing onto the board. I'm trying to stop say coming onto the board, because every time I say that, I just picture something really terrible. Really terrible. So I'm trying to stop saying that in the battle reports. Coming onto the board. I'm so childish, but I can't. I have to say advance or run on the board. I can't say coming on the board. I used to say it all the time, and I was editing the videos, and I'm like, dude, I got to use some different wording here. Somebody might get the wrong idea. They go to the game store. Next thing you know, they're like, well, Mike rolls dice. Said it. Is that not an order? No. Get out. All right. Scraping this sucker out. Coming over abroad. Something like that. Slammer Samuels, very nice, very minimal mold lines, beautiful, beautiful. It's really just the connection points. Oh, this guy's gonna look sick. I do have the metal Slammer Samuels, or I think he's resin, I want to say, not metal. Whatever the original one is. He is really nice. I do like him, but he's very kind of like monopose, kind of stoic. This is like, I'm going to rip off the head of a Shrek Wolfen in a punch. Wait, they said he's damage value 7. How does that... We don't have Slammer Samuel stats in the book. Are they going to do an updated stat? Is Slammer Samuel's stats updated on the internet? How does he know that? Or somebody said that it was mentioned in Mordian's stream. Is it in the book that Slammer Samuels is 7? Damage 7? Apparently that's the only change to Slammer Samuels is he's damage value 7, but I don't know if it's 100% certain. Oh, he's damage value 7. Wait, he was damage value 6 before, right? He wasn't always 7? Maybe I should take my mats back. It's too late. They're stuck together. He was 6 before, wasn't he? Like a regular Paragon? Deadly 2. Heavy Tesla. 3 Guts, 1 Rift Mastery, 1 Luck. He's only got 2 Rift Dice. Yep, that's usual. D6 plus pen. Wait, wasn't this only for tanks? Oh, he also gains Tank Hunter. I think, no. I think it's all the same. Did he just go up to damage value 7? Is that the only difference? Or was he always damage value 7? No, he went up, right? Ah, man, if they adjusted it, they really needed to do something here, I think. He has assault on the Tesla rifle, so I guess you can use that as your melee. What is it? 2 attacks of +1 pen or something? It's not very good. But it's not tough fighters, or do you get tough fighters from having an assault weapon? Oh no, you also get tough fighters from assault, right? So I guess you'll make 3 attacks? No, because you're using your Tesla gauntlet for that. You're not using your rifle. I'm not going to lie, I really hoped that they would change his ability. Or what I was hoping is... they did change it because it says Captain Harris. The first Paragon. They changed it. I was hoping for something more. Or 2 versions. Just like Roberta Wells. We have Firefly Hero and we have Roberta Wells Scientific Advisor. They didn't give us 2 Slimer Samuels. I was hoping. Or at least change his ability to make it better. Rip. Well, we're going to have to wait another thing to see if they do it. I think Slimer Samuels, I hate to say this, chat, I think Slimer Samuels is destined to just be underwhelming. He's the coolest dude. They even give him more, I think they even did they give him more lore? They might have given him more lore. I don't remember if it was this long. I mean, I can't complain. I'm an American player. We have so much cool stuff in the U.S. Army. It just sucks. Slimer Samuels kind of sucks. It took me quite a while, and like I kept thinking, oh no, he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good, and then after a while, I'm like, no, he's not. The only reason I ever pick him is this right here, 3 points of guts. 3 points of guts is pretty good. He doesn't even have a gun-ho ability or anything. Now, if he could generate guts, that would be broken as shit, but that would be actually pretty sick. Maybe that's how you just buff him, or you give him a much better Tesla Gauntlet ability. You're required to take the MP squads for penal squads. Ah, penal squads. Of course. Well, that makes sense. They're like, you guys go fight that way. It's kind of like a commissar, except you're not acting like the guys maybe actually want to do it. You know they don't want to do it. All right. Well, okay, so we did... He's still so cool, but man, even with this miniature, he looks even cooler now. Look at this guy. You're like, dun, 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 dun. It's Slimer Samuels, gonna fuck you up, gonna fuck shit up. And you know, like rock music in the background. And you're like, damn, look at that dude. What does he do? You have Komuro Tadaki. You have like Heinrich Gross. You have even Roberta Wells. Man, this guy must do something crazy. And you're like, I get to make one attack with potentially 6 pen, but probably 2. Ha ha ha! That's alright. I still love him. He's still one of my favorites. That's just me as a main American player saying, where's my cool hero guy? So now all my hope is resting on the Paragon guy. He's going to be able to do this thing where he moves 47 inches with a samurai sword, backflips over, and then you get to take your friend's miniature permanently or something. It's going to be sick. No, I'm sure the Paragon guy is going to have something cool. I just really was hoping for a little bit of a Slimer Samuels buff in some way. Because he's pretty expensive. I think he's like 150 9 points or something, and you can't even get a Paragon bodyguard. And every time we've used him, he's just died to like vehicles. He's like trying to charge vehicles and they just kill him. Just run him with auto pen 6. Yeah, like the first game, I looked at it and I said, oh yeah, so you get 6 pen. That was when I was like, dude, Slammer Samuels is sick. And we didn't understand how guts worked, so he went like, or they didn't errata it at the time, so we went like 3 times in a row with Slammer Samuels and Drugov fighting each other and stuff. And I'm like, I get 6 pen automatically. I get to kill your dudes. Ha 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 ha. We didn't like understand anything. And then I read it again. I'm like, oh, wait, what? Aw. And then every time after I've read it and rolled, I was just rolling like 2s and 1s. I'm like, this is bullshit. Rev's like, you can use your 1 point of luck to re-roll your Tesla Gauntlet die. I'm like, I need that because I'm going to die in the combat that's going to happen in 2 seconds. So you see the conundrum. Slammers is pretty cool, but he's not like the coolest guy. What happened to the painting guy from World War II? No, they got rid of him. I don't know how, but I know they did. So like the whole idea is they're moving on. It's the Green Vault, which is this. They knew the rift was there, and they've been behind certain things in Germany for a long time, but like laying in the shadows. And then with Hitler and in World War II, with the Germans getting weaker and weaker at some point in the war or something, like they're gonna drop a bomb. But I think like the Americans ended up dropping a bomb on Germany. It opened up a rift, which caused this weird energy to be unleashed, and then the Green Vault knew it was going to happen and like utilized it and like took power, and they got rid of all the angry waffle guys and stopped, I think, doing terrible things based off of people's like religions and stuff. I think now they just do terrible things to everybody. They're not doing it for a particular reason. They definitely cleaned it up. They sanitized it a little, and I like the fact that they did that. I don't think they need to necessarily glorify a lot of stuff. They don't need to hide from it. It's in bolt action. You can play your Waffen SS army, but in conflict they kind of like, the new Axis is still super villains, but they're not committing heinous atrocities. They're just doing normal atrocities that, target everybody. You know what I mean? I'm pretty certain either the Green Vault offed them or someone else did. I'm sure it's somewhere in the lore. Maybe someone here knows the lore, what happened to that guy. But yeah, he got offed one way or another, and they took over power, and they got rid of all of the, like the Reichsted and all that, whatever, all the bad guys, really, really bad guys. Because you just had normal German civilians that were fighting in the military, in the Wehrmacht or whatever, right? Not everybody was a crazy fascist and all that, Some of them were just regular people that got conscripted into a world war by a psychopath. So that's how they went about it. I don't necessarily mind it, because I don't necessarily like seeing freaking swastikas all over miniatures at times, but it's not. I don't have an issue if somebody's playing bolt action and doing it. But I'm sure there's a couple dudes out there that like it a little too much, probably, I bet you. They are now equal opportunity assholes, exactly. Because again, I like to say neutral in general, but I'm a pretty proud American and all that, and after learning a lot about World War II history and stuff like that, there's a reason to hate a lot of what those people did and the things. We don't got to get into it, obviously, but there was a lot of fucked up shit going on in World War II. All over the place. And we talk about the Germans a lot, but dude, the Japanese were freaking crazy in World War II. So that's one thing too. They're not talking about, like, we haven't read one thing about Japanese soldiers going into the American town and cutting every single person's head off, like they used to do in real world World War II. Like, the Japanese were sons of bitches in World War II with the stuff they were doing. Crazy shit. Like the Bhutan Death March and all that. They definitely cleaned it up too. Like, I'm sure the Japanese are doing crazy stuff, but we haven't heard anything about them like murdering the entire populace like they used to do or something. So, which is good. I don't think they necessarily need to focus on all that stuff. And the reality of the situation, I'm sure if the rift opened up and World War II and all that stuff happens, God help us if the Japanese and the Axis get that sort of technology, let alone the Soviets. Like, we would be screwed if the Soviets got this technology in real world, you know? Like, that would have been a freaking disaster for the Western world, aka most of us watching. You know, like, that would have been a freaking disaster, dude. Yeah, no, that's not in K-47, you know what I mean? But, I mean, that being said, you know, real war, we talked about, real war sucks. And real history can really suck at times. And we're playing this as a game, right? So I'd rather have it be them focus on just, you know, rift warfare and all this crazy stuff. And yeah, it's war. People are dying. There's zombies. There's corpses. It's grimdark. It's nasty. It's rough, rugged. But it's also not, like, glorifying certain, like, crazy, crazy things that happened in our real past. That, you know, there's still people alive to this day that had to deal with stuff like that. So I like the way Warlord was like, yeah, maybe we shouldn't, you know, we should maybe avoid all that stuff, you know what I mean? Because I'm sure they could have, you know, but I'm kind of happy they didn't, you know? That's just me personally, but war sucks, you know? Maybe Rommel can still be alive and working with the Green Vault. I don't know what happened to Rommel. They might have, because I don't know the personal history, but I don't think Rommel was like a complete psychopath. I think he was like a really good general. I don't know if he really was like one of those psychos or whatever, but so aka a reason they could keep him around, vice is what I'm saying. There's no Goebbels and shit like that in conflict. But I forgot if there actually is something in the history, because they talk about Italy and all that, and North Africa. I believe they talk about it some in Festoon Europa. I'll have to go back and look. They might have even mentioned Rommel, but I forgot what happened to Rommel. He died, right? Didn't he? I don't think he was captured. Didn't he die, like, in combat or something? What happened to Rommel? Was it after in Europe, I want to say, or was it in North Africa? I don't remember exactly what happened in real life. Or did he make it all the way through? No, I think he was taken out, right, at some point? I don't remember the exact history. So how's he standing? He's, like, leaping off this thing? Oh, I see, like this. Okay, that makes a hell of a lot more sense. Duh. Rommel was offed by Hitler due to a failed assassination attempt. Ah, that's what I mean. I think Rommel was like, yo, guys, what the hell's going on, dude? Like, at first he's like, yeah, hell yeah, I got tanks and stuff. But then he's probably like, I don't know about all this stuff. Also, probably, like, just the pure incompetence at times of the Axis with their ambitions. Like, trying to go into fighting on so many fronts at once, you know what I mean, and all this stuff. Rommel seemed like he was probably a pretty good military mind, you know. You could probably tell he's like, what the these guys. Just in general, he's probably like, what the hell? So was he behind that bombing? Or one of the many failed assassination attempts? That who the hell's no? Dude, imagine one of those were successful. I'm sure, like, all of our history would be changed in one way or another. Like, butterfly effect shit. You know what I mean? Because that's always, like, the time travel thing. If you can go back and, you know, assassination attempt on Hitler successful. And all, like, skit shows, you know, Whitest Kids You Know, I think, did one, I think. If I'm not wrong, I believe they did a skit on that. I don't want to praise the guy, though. Rommel could have been a freaking asshole. I know he was an amazing tank general, though, or commander. There's a movie called Valkyrie. Yeah. I know. I don't know if I've seen it, but I've watched so many documentaries on Was it the one where they had the bomb in the briefcase in that in the eagle's nest or something, or that one it was like in the woods somewhere. It was that one meeting place, and a bunch of German like officers and stuff got like either killed or maimed. But the bombing attempt was given a hero's death by taking poison and given a military funeral. I don't know if I've seen Valkyrie. I want to say maybe I have. Is it an older movie and they remade it like a newer one, or is it just a newer movie? Oh, dude, there's some crazy history. Like even World War One, how World War One started. Like the history of somebody like tried to assassinate the Archduke or whatever that guy was, right? The Bismarck or whoever that guy's name was riding in the car. They both got assassinated. Started World War One. Forgot the guy's name. Is it Archduke Franz Ferdinand or something? I want to say whatever that guy's name is. And somebody tried to assassinate him. Then they like drove him away, and they made a wrong turn. And then some dude was sitting there at a cafe and he had a gun on him, took the opportunity, and just assassinated the dude. Literally starting World War One and like causing crazy amounts of deaths and all that, and changing Europe forever. So wild. Didn't try successfully. Yeah, that stuff's crazy. I heard Shane Gillis talking about this. I gotta see if it's real or not, but like he was saying like all of this stuff dates back to something that happened in the American Civil War. Apparently some sort of event in the American Civil War caused a lot of these events to either maybe not necessarily happen, but like exacerbated or something. I don't know what he's referencing. I have to figure out what he's talking about. I know the American Civil War was crazy. There were actual naval battles off the coast of France between US and Confederate ships, like steamboats, like firing cannons and shit. There was like crazy stuff going on in the Civil War. But I'm not certain. Like I hear him reference this sometimes because he always talks about history stuff. I'm like, what the hell is he talking about? I gotta figure out. There are some events that happened in early American history that affected a lot of what happened in Europe and shaped the way Europe was. It could just be like domino effects of all these certain things happening, you know? How's this arm? This arm sits back like this? Yeah. Freaking Slammer Samuels. American Civil War caused the downfall of the British Empire. Okay, so that probably... Yeah, that seems like that could have something to do with it, right? Potentially. Maybe. I'm sure that had something to do with the effect on global, on the global state of affairs with the British Empire dissolving, or becoming weaker and weaker at the time. And then all of this open land and the season of power, and then you have all this, that, and you have all this political stuff going on. Somebody goes... assassinates some Archduke guy in a car sitting at a cafe, and next thing you know, you got World War One. Yeah, something like that. I'm sure there's more to it, but I mean that's just history, right? But it's interesting to see. That's one of the reasons why I love history in general, and war and things like that. Even though it's terrible, war is a terrible thing. Is how the history interweaves and all that, and you get this like all this interesting stuff, you know, like just learning what led up to the Vietnam War and like the French and China's involvement and Vietnamese. I didn't even know China and Vietnam went to war and fought each other in the 70s and 80s, because at some point China's like, who the hell are these guys that are in bed with the Soviet? Because the Chinese ended up hating the Soviets at some point because they had like different communist beliefs and all that. All this stuff, man, it's interesting how all this history is tied together, you know? Which again, that's what makes it history, I guess, in the first place, but... Damn, Slammer's got a thick neck, bro. You got that thick neck. You're doing crunches or something. Gotta get the head tilted in a cool way. He's like punching, like, with a cigar in his mouth. Americans' first naval engagement was against Barbary pirates in North Africa. Most American engagements come down to don't touch our boats. True. A lot of our history comes down to stop messing with our boats. And I think we even sunk one of our own boats, didn't we? God, what was that one? I think we even sunk one of our own boats. Was it the Lusitania? I know the Lusitania was sunk, but I believe now we figured out or something. Something happened where it was like we wanted to get into war or something. I forgot which war it was where we actually, like, I think we secretly sunk one of our own boats to cause public outrage. I don't know if it was the Lusitania, but I think it was in World War I. I think they did something. And they were like, well, now we gotta go. Come on. Woohoo! That's a classic thing in America. We're like, get everyone pissed, and everyone's like, fuck yeah, let's fuck them up. And then 10 years later, we're like, ooh, maybe we got a little excited there, guys. We maybe should have been a little bit more chill. Now we're thinking back at it, yeah. We probably got a little excited at the time. We were kind of pissed, but our bad, guys, our bad. We went a little overboard there. Fuck them up, USA. How does this Tesla stuff go? Oh, it is like that, okay. Yeah, it's a lot of our ships, definitely. We put Americans on boats that we knew was going to be attacked by the Germans. That's what it was. We essentially knew that the ship was going to be targeted and all that. Was it the Lusitania? Or was it a different one? I believe the Lusitania was a ship sunk by... Was it submarines in World War I? Like early submarine warfare or something, or was it just regular ships? Like a regular naval destroyer or something? Corvettes or whatever they had back then. I don't know what they were. Is that how we want his fists? They have them slightly different. It's like wrapping around the fist. I need to adjust it, I think. Kind of like this. These are a little fiddly, these parts, but that's kind of to be expected. Also, is this not, do I not have this in on the right way or something? Oh, that looks like maybe that's, no, that's not right either. Oh, that looks better. Nope, that's not right either. I guess I don't necessarily have to follow it perfectly, but I'm trying to, so let me see here. Looks like it goes down. So does it go like this? Yeah, that looks like how they want that one. And then this one wraps upwards. Oh shit. Please tell me it didn't fall on the ground. It's so small. It's gonna be a pain in the ass. I think it did. Alright, I can't roll my chair, because if I roll my chair, I could genuinely crush this little plastic piece. Oh, I see it. Thank God. Okay. Oh my God. You're not miniature building if you don't drop the tiniest piece you can on the ground. It was the Lusitania. The Germans put it on a public target list beforehand. Father of America's Navy is John Paul Jones. Oh, you shit. You telling me the English bass player from Led Zeppelin was the creator of the U.S. Navy? Damn, bro. That's sick. I know you played keyboard too, but I didn't know you fucking ran the Navy. No. A little Led Zeppelin joke for you. I love John Paul Jones. He's just a sick bass player, musician as well. But interesting. I know the Navy goes back, what, all the way into, I mean, past the Civil War, right? Because I know in the Civil War they had all sorts of crazy naval stuff going on. Did we have a Navy? When did our... I gotta do a little research on the Navy. Something fucking crawling on my leg. What the hell is that? No, it's like one of my hairs. Freaking me out. I really can't tell how this fist thing's going. It's supposed to wrap around the fist. But I don't understand how this actually fits. I'm about to just glue it together and say, you know what? That's how it glues. I wish there was I want another angle. I'm trying to see where the hell the connection, or what it... Oh, it's in the middle, is it? Okay, I see now. There's like a middle... Even still, this whole fucking thing's falling apart now. I'm at the point in the stream where I'm getting very hungry, and this little tiny thing's being a pain in the ass. Oh, okay, maybe like this. Okay, there we go. Oh my god. Very awkward puzzle piece. I've not yet begun to fight commanded the U.S. Bonamy. Richard gets Britain 1779. Okay, so I guess, what? Not too long after our revolution, we had a navy, huh? 1776, so 3 years after? Potentially, or that's what you're... It's close enough. So we've had a navy for quite a while then. From the sound of it. I knew we had one in Civil War if I... Because we had the Navy and the Marines have been around for a while, but the Air Force wasn't its own thing for a while because it was part of the U.S. Army, I think, in World War II, right? We talked about this. I thought the Marines came later, but the Marines have been around for a while. Like, quite a long time. Oh, okay, I see now. There is a tiny little peg in the middle. Jesus, I would have never even seen that. How the hell am I gonna... God, these bits are so fiddly, dude. This is... Okay, is that it? I think that's how it goes. Damn it! Just get in the hole! Don't you want to go home, ball? Why won't you go to your home? Just get in the hole. Just tap it in. What the fuck? Which way do I put this thing? Like this? Okay, it must be like that. Oh my god, I think I finally figured out how both pieces go. I was gonna have an aneurysm. He was fighting the HMS Serapis, and the ship was shot up and caught fire, so he boarded the British ship and captured it? Okay, no wonder why he's a certified badass. So their ship caught on fire, so he's like, fucking ramming speed! And they just boarded it and took it over, and the British were probably like, oh lord, oh my god. That is a real man. That's clearly what happened, and then they all like high-fived each other. Woohoo! Like an eagle flew over as well. Something cool like that, I'm assuming. And then they all drank Michelob Ultras. Or something. Or Coors Light, whatever. USA! USA! That is so badass, though. Like, your ship shot up, sinking, on fire. You're like, all right, we could just, like, drown. Or you know, they might capture us if we sink. But probably a lot of you are going to drown. So let's just probably... I'm assuming he, like, you know, like, boarded. But probably pretty hot or something. And they're like, rah! Jumped on. I could picture it. It's probably sick. Black powder weapons and sabers and shit. When was the golden age of piracy? Was that in the 1600s? Or it kind of was early 1700s, right? Or was it... That wasn't too far off. It was kind of like a freaking... Picture like a crazy naval battle like that, but it's all military dudes. You know what I mean? All right, we got Slammer Samuels. Check him out. It took me about 30 minutes just to do the little Tesla thing, but that's because I was being impatient and just fiddling with it. But we got there. Tesla arcing off of his gauntlet all around. That's going to be fun to paint, by the way. I guess you could always just pop those off and paint them separate. It was 1650s to 1730s. Okay, so not that far off. It wasn't that far off. Pretty close in terms of timeline. I think it was the 1600s I knew, because I was reading up on the golden age of piracy with Blood and Plunder, the rulebook. Damn, he looks sick, dude. And hey, he's damage value 7 now. Woohoo! I will say, he can do work. You want to use him into tanks. Walkers will kill him. So you need to kill the walker on the first or second round of combat, because you're going to lose your point of luck. You're going to auto lose your luck because there's a damage auto hit pen 4 on a moving walker that you're charging. So you need to be very careful. Tanks, though, you're much better off. The tank can't attack you back, yada, yada, yada. You could stay locked in combat, I believe, and re-roll your rift dice and stuff, if I'm not wrong, at the end of the turn. So you might, like, fight it for a while or something, or the tank can move, you could chase it. But yeah, when it comes to walkers, you need to be careful, because I've done it a lot, and there's been many times where he actually didn't kill the walker and he just died. I've tried charging into Shrekwolfen or Ursus Infantry. That's a no-go, in Drugov, because it looked so cool. We fought him, and then he just instantly died and didn't kill anything or something. But that being said, he's badass. I think you got to use him more. I think he's more a utility piece with his 3 points of guts, 1 point of luck, and his 1 point of rift mastery. So that's how I use him, and he's just badass. But I don't play with him and expect he's going to do crazy melee work. I will sacrifice him charging into a walker. He will die because the luck, but he'll get the fight because the luck. And more often than not, you can do some work with him. You know, you can still get killed by a lucky shot on the way in. Sucks when it happens, but it's a good laugh. Yeah, I think he's died a couple times trying to charge, but it's just so funny because it's like I used to play Blood Angels, and Dante's pretty crazy. But there's been many times where, like, the golden god of the Blood Angels comes down, the chapter master himself, you know, Dante, gold gleaming armor. He's been revived, like, so many times against his will by Marnus Calgar or whatever, or Roberte Guillemons, whatever his name is. And I drop down Dante, gleaming armor. Oh! With, like, a set of, like, Death Company or, like, Sanguinary Guard, and Rev just goes, he turns with, like, a unit of Scions and just wipes him off the board. And I'm like, bullshit! Bullshit! He's a golden god. Dante is a golden god, okay? You can't just kill him with a couple plasma guns and melt-a-guns. Bullshit. But, you know, it's a game. But it's always so funny. I'm like, in my mind, Dante's coming down. You know what I mean? And then Rev just turns like a Lehman Rust around the corner and kills like a whole fucking everything. Like Death Company, Sanguinary Guard. And I'm picturing this in my head. I'm like, no, it's not supposed to be. I've seen one Chaos Space Marine take out a whole squadron of guardsmen and like cut in with like a power blade, cutting into like a Lehman Rust, like, and then meanwhile, like, my entire Blood Angels army is just getting slaughtered by normal guardsmen. That is what makes the greatest moments, because dice tell story. You know what I mean? Like Play on Tabletop says. And that's freaking, like, some normal guardsman, the last dude left in his squad, like, parries a Blood Angels commander's, or Blood Angel captain's, like, chainsword or power sword or power fist. He's got his, like, las gun. He's like, yeah, fighting back, you know? It's the same thing with Conflict. You know what I mean? Because Conflict, you can just die at times. So it's cool. You could be like, this normal dude did some crazy shit. What about the one Space Marine who survives the whole game alone? Yeah, yes. what do you call it? No, it, dude, 10th edition. I don't know what 11th is. It 11th edition less killy? Because it would be like this. Genuinely, I feel like 75% of our games, either I got tabled or Rev's guard got tabled for my bloody. What are the other? Somebody was getting tabled. And maybe you'd have one or two dudes left and like a little transport somewhere. But almost every single thing died every game. That's how killy like 10th edition was. We never played any previous editions. But like in Conflict, we will generally have units left over and this and that. I feel like 10th edition half the time, dude, it was fucking... I lost everything by turn 4 half the time. I'm like... What the fuck happened? Like, and that was part of me learning the game, you know? But I feel like, yeah, dude... I wonder if 11th edition is less killy. You know what I mean? But anyways, it's all fun. They're all different games. It's all a good time. That being said, Conflict 47 is the best. Turnip 28 is pretty close, though, I will say. I will die on this hill. Turnip 28 is one of the coolest miniatures games of all time. And I'm excited. Speaking of which, I did all these damn Japanese videos. I was tempted to make a video on the new box and the sprues. But you know what, dude? I bet you some other people did it as well. I'm sure it probably wouldn't be a bad thing, but I've done a lot of, like, I did the Japanese army rule, the Japanese, what do you call it? The Japanese warlord article. I've really got to do this Turnip 28 battle report, but more often not, what I'm going to do right now, I got to edit a fly time video for this weekend or Monday. So we got the Turnip 28 battle report. We have a 45-minute, hour-long conversation between me and Rev about our thoughts of Conflict and what we're looking forward to and all that. I need to edit that. You can see my thighs most of the time because I was wearing shorts and I'm very self-conscious. So I need to figure out how I'm going to approach that because I should have wore pants. It's not like Friends, though, where that one dude sits down with no underwear. It's not like that, but you can see way too much of my legs. All right? Too much. Tiki's gonna love it, which makes me uncomfortable already. You got some weird little root guys yet? No, I haven't been doing much. I printed up a couple little things wrapping up the Turks. But I'm going to print some of your stuff for you. But I haven't done any yet. I need to order some resin, actually. I have a little bit of resin left. I'm going to start printing some stuff for you. But I did the Aetherpunk 28 stuff because I was super excited. And I did some Great Helm stuff. But I'm going to print your turnip stuff. Don't worry. It's going to take a little bit, though. It's a lot. This is what he's like, yeah, you know, let me see. Give me, we'll take 11 swords, 11 pistols, 24 muskets, 24 left arms. I need 4 Bitcoin or whatever the hell that is. Need some Shako hats, 36 bodies and heads, and give me some fodder, 24 fodder, 8 loopers, 4 snobs, and also sproutlings, tons of those. Like, I get 50 of those. Yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit. But I got you. People aren't going to be looking at your legs when you got your feet showing. True. That's even more scary because my feet look like hobbit feet. Straight up, I got hobbit feet, bro. I got hobbit feet. No other way of saying it. I got like caveman foot. You know what I mean? Like I've been living in the jungles or like out in the woodlands, walking on bare stones my whole life. All right. That being said, we got a lot of cool stuff planned. I was going to do a video covering the sprues and stuff, but we got a lot of stuff, man. I got a George Washington video I'm doing. I got a ton of stuff, so. We also we're going to be filming this game tomorrow, so we got another battle report, you know what I mean? Yeah, see, that's what I mean. I'm going to have to put a sensor bar over my feet and over my thighs. Because you guys. Degenerates. Okay? Lesson learned. I think I might be wearing... As long as was I wearing socks, hopefully? I don't know, we'll see. You had to bring it up. That's why you never show your feet on the internet, chat, right? What do you call it? But we got a lot of fun stuff planned, all right? And get ready, Invasion America. We're going to just start, probably not this weekend, next weekend. I got to paint up 300 points of civilians. Okay? Rev's already got ghosts. We're filming the first scenario of Invasion America on a 4x4. Skirmish. I'm going to be the title. Skirmish? Conflict 47? Question mark? No. I should probably do the scenario. But I could do a really nice clickbait title. Probably get me some views. But anyways, we're going to do a series covering all of Invasion America scenarios by playing them. So I'm excited. The first one's going to be sick. I'm stoked for it. So, all right, chat. Well, thank you so much for hanging out. I have not eaten anything. It is 8 o'clock. I'm ready to have not only lunch, but also dinner. And yeah, appreciate it. Thank you so much to Rev for dropping off the Invasion America today. We're recording Soviets versus Japanese tomorrow. And clickbait thumbnail, real title. There you go. I could put that in the title there. Like skirmish conflict or something. But yeah, I want the title to be all. I want it to be like a little series where like we're doing Invasion America scenarios. So episode 1, 2, 3, whatever, Scenario 1, and I'll probably just have the title be the actual scenario name. Invasion America Scenario 1, yada yada yada. But on the thumbnail, looks sick. There's like regular people with shotguns and ghosts, and it's a skirmish conflict ? Now you're thinking, you're professional, Metal, you know it. But yeah, all right, sweet chat. Appreciate it. We're going to be streaming during the week. We don't have a schedule, but just look for during the day before Morty and streaming. Sometimes we'll go live. I know Ed Scar is streaming and Cosmic, so I try not to step on their toes too much. But anyways, we got a ton of stuff to do. I got American civilians. I got all sorts of cool miniatures we got to put together. I got to paint all of the Brits. So we got a lot of hobby stuff. So we're going to be busy. But all right, chat. Well, thank you so much for handing out. Appreciate it. Let me see. Do we have anything I want to say? Any thank yous to anybody? Damn Legion, thank you for the jewels, by the way. I might have missed that earlier. Thank you for the jewels. Appreciate that, my friend. And Metal Mind, Rev, Damn Legion. I think we had Sean in here, of course. Tiki was in here. Everybody that was hanging out earlier. Appreciate you folks. Leslie, Dex, Buddy as well. Appreciate you folks. Sir Rupert. You guys have an awesome weekend. If you're going to go play or you're going to work on your Invasion America or any of your conflict stuff, good luck. And if you go play some games, go kick some ass, all right? I'm playing the Soviets tomorrow, so we'll see. I'm kind of rooting for the Japanese, to be honest with you. Even though I'm playing the Soviets. I'm going to try and beat Rev, though. I'm going to try and beat him, so. But, all right, chat. You guys have an awesome night. You take it easy. I'm going to go eat some food. I'm starving. And I got to go work on a fly time video. So we'll see you guys. Yo, Rev, thank you for the 7 months, brother. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you again. Shout out to Rev. 07's in the chat for Rev for putting his own damn money on a lot of these miniatures, all this stuff, and just kind of helping the channel by just playing and not getting anything in return from it other than kicking my ass on the tabletop. So, all right, chat. Appreciate it. You guys have an awesome night. You take it easy, and we'll see you guys soon. Probably next week at some point in the middle of the week for some streaming.